Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
And welcome once again to STSPN football, presented by the fine folks at Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing. Amp Harrell here with you. Ron Henthorn to my left, Todd Elvig on the ones and twos as we get set for a honey of a game. Lake Stevens, the Vikings, number 2 in 4A, taking on a 2-0 team, making that long trip up from Federal Way High Eagles. Ron Henthorn, what do you know about the Eagles in the Big Blue?
Well, the thing I know about the Eagles is that, first of all, they did come a long way to get up here, but they actually put up some big points on the scoreboard this year. They went to Todd Beamer and put up 60-6. And then they went to Thomas Jefferson and put up 33-0 for their first 2 wins. So they've got some scoring power, but they also have to watch out for Lake Stevens and their Notre Dame famed running back there, Jaden Lamar.
Jaden Lamar and, well, a cast of hundreds over here. They just keep churning out the studs for this program. But something that I did see in my research on Federal Way, the offense is good. The defense is what they're going to hang their hat on. They have got a set of 4 defensive backs. One of them is mercifully out for this game, but that they would put up against just about anybody. They're going for air traffic control. The slogan I've seen all over the press down south, no fly zone. And specifically, their goal is to not give up any passing touchdowns this year.
Well, that would be a great goal, I think. And I talked to Coach Izzy out there, and he said that, he knows Lake Stevens is a strong running team, and obviously knows that Jaden did really well. Jaden put up, almost 300 yards against Bellevue. And he said, the best we're going to do is try to hold him down.
Yeah. I mean, he did that on his birthday, too, by the way.
Oh, that was?
Yeah, I think it was his 18th birthday. But excellent performance by him. But what's worth noting, you mentioned the goose egg that they put up against TJ last week. Negative 14 yards on the ground for the Thomas Jefferson offense. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of that tonight against the Vikings.
Not a chance of that, no. No chance.
So you've talked to Coach Try as well. What do you know about Lake Stevens coming into this one and the opponent across the way being Federal Way? Well,
Coach Tom Tye is a little indecisive about telling me anything, but
that sounds about right.
It's typical of Tye. I said big win over Bellevue. He said, yeah, we came to play. Kind of nonchalant about that. And I said, well, you kind of redeemed yourself over Garfield, and he said, well, we weren't ready to play Garfield, so we didn't come out and play like we should play, and I think that's been put out in the media a little bit on his part as well. But he really thinks that he's going to come here and play a strong game tonight, and Federal Way, I think, is going to put the ball in the air more. So they're going to try to stop. Federal Way is going to try to stop the Vikings from running, and I think the Vikings are going to have to try to stop the Eagles from throwing. That's what I think.
Yeah, and seems like a pretty straightforward approach. Do we know who is going to be the starting quarterback in this one for Lake Stevens? They've got 2 good ones coming out of the playoffs last year.
Didn't catch their actual lineup when they read it out, but I think we'll have to wait until we see it come up.
Fair enough. They do tend to rotate Colton Matson and Caden LaPlante, who both got playing time last year in the postseason, too, getting thrown in the fire against Graham Kapowson.
Yeah, probably Caden would be the one of my guesses that's going to start, but we'll see when they get out there for sure.
Just had the coin toss there. And did I hear that Lake will receive?
I was looking down, so I didn't look up. So
fair enough. Well, I know that
I think Federal Way declined.
Okay, gotcha. Federal Way declined. Thank you.
Or whatever they
deferred their decision.
They deferred
to the second half. That is the voice of Todd.
Thank you,
Elvig.
ladies and gentlemen.
Todd Elvig with the eyes in the sky. One key that I want to watch in this one, Isaac Redford. He went from being a secondary, tertiary option, being another body in the bullpen, if you will, to being one of the leading receivers for this Viking squad. And David Brown has been very useful in a number of situations for the Vikings offense. So have to just see how that stacks up. We were looking at the lineup for Federal Way. Offensive line and defensive line, they are not missing training table, are they?
No, they're not. There's got some pretty big boys out there. And talking about people you want to watch, I'd like to keep your eyes on number 2, Dre Jordan. He's committed to go to Oregon State. He's a 170-pound wide receiver and defensive back. And number 13, Rashawn Clark. Looks like he might be going to Michigan State, although he hasn't committed yet. So,
yeah.
And there's a couple other kids on Federal Way that are D1 caliber players looking out here to go tonight.
Well, it looks like Rashawn Clark, Andre Piper Jordan, and Roman Hutchinson are 3 of the big 4. And then filling in the 4th spot, a freshman, Zamari Telez. And Telez has shown out in those 2 games. You can tell he wasn't a liability. They've given up 6 points total through 2 games.
Yep, I think we're in for a good battle here tonight, and we'll be back to get this started in about another 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and step aside for a timeout. Back with more after this on STSPN.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on a 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
At Lumen Field tonight, too, huh?
I believe so.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Wedge Doctor requesting immediate hot extract.
Here on the team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
And welcome back to Lake Stevens High School, a stirring rendition of the national anthem from the Lake Stevens High School Band. Amp Harrell here with you, joined by Ron Henthorn, as we are just about ready to get this underway. Gotta wait till the colors clear the field. But Ronnie, what do you think the keys to this big Lake Stevens matchup are going to be?
Well, you know, as we talked earlier, the key for Federal Way is going to be stopping that run, and that's primarily what they're going to try to do out there defensive-wise. And for Lake Stevens, I think we're going to see Federal Way throwing the ball, like I said earlier, and if they can get a few of those quick slant passes over the middle, which are usually always open, they're going to make 5-10 yards at a time. So they can eat up the ground and make some first down that way.
Federal Way kind of kept the stats under wraps, so I didn't have a ton of offensive stats to get to, but they are very proud of their defense down there in Federal Way. So we'll see which immovable object moves first. As we mentioned, Lake Stevens will have the football first. This is also my first time of seeing Lake Stevens at home. The only other time I've covered the Vikings was a playoff game last year. And I got to tell you, they put on a show here already, and we haven't even had the ball in the air yet.
Well, Lake Stevens has always been a good football club, and they've proven it again this year. And I think in some polls, whatever you look at, I think they're ranked number 1 in the state. But I asked Tom Try about that, and he says, I don't know how they do that.
It's actually GP.
Glacier Peak is number 1 in the state.
But I would go with, I love GP, but Lake Stevens seems to always be pretty deep.
Glacier Peak and Mariner both 2-0 in 4A, but no 4A games in the books yet. Lake is 1-1 after the toe stub opening the season against Garfield, as you mentioned. Kamiak 1-1. Kamiak in action tonight as they take on Monroe, which is 2-0 and 1-0 in their league. And then Jackson 0-2, and I think they're cruising to an 0-3 with a 5 o'clock start already against Woodinville.
Right, and the dark horse in the 4A league is Mariner, who's at a 2-0 record right now.
Yep.
So I'm not sure people expected that, but good for Mariner.
Absolutely, couldn't have said it better myself. I'll keep an eye on the scores as we get this one teed up and ready to go.
Are you double dipping tonight?
Double dipping on the
with KRKO?
Not the mentions, but just
I was listening to last week's or the week before after the game. Oh, it was last week.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did.
And I was all of a sudden, hey, wait a minute. That's my announcer.
I did give a call in. Just a quick update.
Okay.
But taking a look at this, yeah, Everett all over Jackson in the third, 31-0. So
that's to be expected.
Yeah, tough start for the Jackson Timberwolves.
We had a little bit of a hold-up here as Vikings getting ready to receive. Referees are getting things sorted out.
That's not fog, by the way.
Nope. No. Just an explosive entrance by the Vikings.
It's going to clear up here as a slight breeze happens.
We have a penalty early against the Vikings, or are they just holding it up? And yeah, they're going to walk it off.
They're walking off.
No, that's against Federal Way, wouldn't it be?
Yes. Excuse me, against Federal Way. Whatever it was, you can't do that. All right, so we'll try this one again.
But all I can think without knowing anything is they may have had too many players on the field, or
I don't know,
or their delay of game. I'm not sure which. So usually it probably was a delay of game. That's going to be my guess.
Cadence Rios will have that one teed up, and we are underway from Lake Stevens. Got a convoy clearing the road. And getting small, surging across the 45. I believe that was number 8, which is Jackson Lewis. And that is where the Vikings will start off at the 41 officially.
That was about a 10 or 15 yard return there for Lewis. Oh. Nice start for the Vikes.
There is a flag on the play, and it looked like it was illegal use of hands. A block in the back.
See if we can catch the signal down there.
So they will mark this one off as well. Starting, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a 15-yarder.
Ow. Starting defensive line, they will run a 4-2-5 for Federal Way. I would say it is Tylen Jackson, Gabe Paella, Makayo Edwards and Sion Takai up front. The linebackers, I think, are Malachi Davis and Keyshawn Pham Roberts. But you said Davis was out, right?
That's what I was told.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll have to check that. Snap and a roll to the right. Airing this one out, incomplete, just ahead of the sticks.
That is Caden LaPlante back at quarterback, as we suspected earlier.
So LaPlante with a rollout pass to try and test that no-fly zone defense. Had a man, but just a little too much mustard on that one.
A little bit off the mark. Would have been a first down, however.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the game plan already. David Brown will set up wide to the near side. He is head up against Andre Piper Jordan, I believe we said was an Oregon State commit. 3 receivers to the right. Federal Way shows blitz. They'll back out of it. And ball is loose. Looks like the Vikings came back on it. Oh.
I don't think so.
No.
Looks like Federal Way is going to come out with the ball, number 29.
My.
Comes out of there with the ball.
Maki Piper. Piper, I think, was playing a linebacker spot. He may have been one that creeped up and blitzed. I saw a lot of pressure in there as well from Roman Hutchison. He's an all-everything. I believe he's a track star, too.
Well, unfortunate start there for the Vikings, giving up the ball early on like that. And good field position for the Eagles here. Let's see what they can do when they come out.
Starting defensive front for your Vikings, Bryce Slezak, Aaron Parker, Navir Kale, Ashton Hendrickson, Joe McGinnis and Stephen Lee are the linebackers. We'll get the secondary in a minute. 4-2-5, shotgun, rocket motion. Steps back and pass is knocked away. Jay O'Neill looking for Clark on the outside. Great defense and timed it up beautifully.
Jay O'Neill with a nice pass, but it was well covered.
Defensive backs. Oh, false start Federal Way. Okay.
Things a little sloppy here at the beginning, huh?
Indeed. Forgot to mention Mason Turner, another linebacker out there. Isaac Redford in the defensive backfield, along with Cassidy Belong-Banks, Gabe Kalani, and David Brown. So first down and 15 as we have it to do all over again. O'Neill will flip Pham Roberts from his left hip to his right hip. Check that. That's not Pham Roberts. That's Bland Orange.
He's getting Dre Jordan close. Looking for Dre Jordan long. He's going to run it.
And scoots out of bounds, ushered there by 54.
Picked up the 5-yard penalty yards, I guess, back to original line of scrimmage or close to it.
Pretty close. Mason Turner in on the stop from the linebacker spot. Yeah, that was almost exactly back to the original line of scrimmage. Good eyes. Receiver to the near side, Dre Jordan.
He had Dre Jordan going down the sidelines, but he elected to run it. So
Clark there as well in the slot. Ooh. Little jab step from Turner. Nobody flinched.
Nope.
2 by 2. Wide side is the left. Motion coming across. Toss left. Has a lane. Lane closes quickly. And he is dropped after a gain of about 3. Carry for Gavin Bland Orange, the senior.
Good defense there by the Vikings to cover that run. A little bit of a trickery there in the backfield, but not much.
Yeah, I think David Brown stepped up and filled a hole from his secondary spot. 3rd down, 7, basically, but from very, very good field position after the fumble recovery.
And very likely to go for that pass on this play. And he does.
Showing blitz. Here they come. Steps up, feeling the pressure. Airs
it
out.
Oh, he's got him in open in the corner. He's got it.
Did he come down with it inbounds?
He did.
He did. That is a touchdown through the air.
Dre Jordan, wasn't it?
Dre Jordan off the pass from Jay O'Neill. And what awareness by O'Neill, because I thought for a second he was ahead of the line of scrimmage. That was well done, and be careful country here for the Lake Stevens Vikings.
Well, my prediction is sort of coming true. I thought the Eagles were going to throw the ball and the Vikings were going to run it. Let's see if the Vikings come back after this one.
On for point. I think that's their kicker, Cadence Rios. And I have a post between me and the holder.
It's up and looks good from here.
And it's up and it is good. And your new score, Federal Way 7 and the Vikings nothing. Back after this on STSPN.
Tyler and Matt, Waterline.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. Matt's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our Waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
Back to it here on STSPN. 7-0 Federal Way with the lead on the road, and they're trying to pump up their crowd here at Lake Stevens. Ron Henthorn, I don't think that's going to work too well.
I don't think pumping them up is going to help a little bit, but look for a little better action out of the Vikings on this one.
Kick
nice
is away, kick. And that is a nice kick.
On about the 14.
Got blockers in front, and he'll get small and surge ahead.
Made it to about 32.
Yeah, across the 35, I think maybe the 37. Yeah, 38 is where the official has it.
There you go, 38. So good return.
Caden LaPlante will step back out again. Redford and Brown, the receivers. Jalen Lamar, the talented running back. Number 17 on your screen. Blitz coming, snap and a draw. Big hole!
Guess who that was?
That could be gone. Stops and starts, hesitates and comes back, and he is hooked up at the 25. Bang a gong, we are on. Jalen Lamar.
Well.
Excuse me, Jaden Lamar.
Jaden Lamar, yeah.
Jaden is just quick as a hiccup. 5'11", 195, a senior.
He broke that first tackle and was off and running, and got to pick up a little adjustment there by the Better Way Eagles to see if they can key on him a little bit more.
3-by-1 set. High snap and a quick handoff inside. Nothing doing. Good stunt by 52 of the Eagles. Is that Tylen Jackson, perhaps? Excuse me, Drew Bradshaw. That's when you guess, and you guess correctly.
Guessing's helpful.
Yeah, it is if you got the right guess. Receivers to the far side. That is Belong Banks and Isaac Redford. Two to the near side as well. Motion comes across, rocket down the line. Straight drop, looks, fires that one into traffic, incomplete. Erasing on the play, Dre Jordan. I can see now why that guy's already got himself a scholarship.
Yep. Trying to get that ball to Cole Becker, and he just he missed him, actually. If he'd have got it to him, he might have caught it.
So a stop for a loss on first down, an incompletion on second down, and now you're at the 25, or excuse me, the 27, facing a 3rd and 12.
And who are you going to do, run it?
I would say stick it in 17's belly or run a play fake off of it.
No, he's not going to do that.
Neither one of those.
Going to be
comeback screen.
Oh, double screen. Nice block. That's going to go all the way.
Seam and into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Cassidy Belong Banks. That is a 27-yard strike on the interior screen, and I love every single bit of that. The setup as well by setting Jaden in motion. And good job by Caden LaPlante just standing in there and slinging it back across his body.
Yeah, nicely done by Casey. Let's see if we can make the extra point here. We got out that.
Try this for point. the fans are going bonkers. Snap, set, kick on the way, rush is on, kick is up, kick is good, and we are tied at 7 with 9:04 left in the first quarter. We'll step aside for a break. This is STSPN.
At GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, we know that comfort is more than just the heating and cooling equipment we deliver. It's also the comfort our customers feel with the people they engage with in the process. For over 40 years, residents of Snohomish County have trusted GNS Heating to improve the comforts of their home. And now you can save up to $2,000 on heat pumps and air conditioners during our pre-season cooling sale. Visit gsheating.com today.
STSPN coverage presented by Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing. Amp Harrell here, Ron Henthorn there, Todd Elvig pushing the buttons, and the new score, 7-7. Lake Stevens, bend but don't break, and just jam that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just Federal Way scored, and then a minute and a half later, the Vikings score and tie it back up, all thanks to that nice, probably almost 40-yard run by Jaden Lamar.
So after the tying extra point from McCray Flanders, he will put it skyward. Also a honey of a kick taken at the 4 to the 10 to the 15 as a block. Spins inside the 30 and taken down. That was Clark on the return.
Nice return by Clark. Probably, well, he got to the 30 from about the 4. What's that, 26 yards maybe?
Sounds right to me. I'm a mass comm guy. Math is not my strong point.
We have the pole. This is the stadium, and the pole is in your way.
Yeah, the pole and the.
So the tackle was exactly behind the pole. Figure those odds.
Yeah.
Pretty good, the gravitational pull of the pole. Back to work go the Eagles. And man, that is a large individual. Oh, that's Takai, listed at 285, and I think.
Oh, that's a screw up. See, it looked like maybe Vikings got on that ball. I think they did.
Yeah, ball came loose, and initial signals are saying no, loss of 2. So that's both sides now have traded oopsies with the football. So second down and 12. From the gun, back to his right. 3 receivers that way as well. Snap and a play fake on the slant. What a strike for a first down.
That's the play I think is open every time, as I was talking earlier about that quick slant pass across the middle. It's pretty hard to defend that if the quarterback sees it and leads him properly. Pretty hard for a defender to get on top of him.
O'Neal to Micah Piper, the senior. And just that quick slant, and I like the play fake to set it up too. 4-man front for the Vikings. Toss crack left, and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Loss of about a half yard on the carry. It wasn't Fam Roberts.
It was Bryce Starkman, 52 out there. I think I made that.
Oh, I was watching the ball carry. I think it was Gavin Bland Orange on the carry. They're officially saying no gain. That's generous. Oh, Slezak on the stop. 52.
52?
Yep. Trips to the near side. Second down and a long 10. 7:33 to go in the first quarter. Blitz comes, stands in, dumps it off, knocked away. Good hands, and the Vikings were like, is there a chance to return that?
Didn't see who hit that, but.
Ashton Hendrickson, number 68. Excuse me, 66.
If he hadn't, Tupatala was wide open on that play and would have probably made 5 or 6 yards easily, and possibly more.
Third down, call it 10 from the 40, 41 actually. Quick floater pass out to the sideline, complete at midfield. Not enough for the first down, so Tupatala on Tupatala. The sophomore, 6 foot, 180.
Not quite enough for the first down, and better judgment says to punt the ball. I think that's what they're going to do.
I mean, around midfield, it's a coin flip. Some of the new math suggests they should go for it, but they're going to drop back into punt formation and play the field position battle in a tied contest.
I think I would choose the punt right now early in the match like this to tie it up.
Taking their time to get set. High snap, has to drift back, got to do something with it. Rugby style kick goes about 10 yards.
Got blocked.
Did it get blocked or did he just sort of squib it away?
I think it got blocked. I was kind of looking behind the post and around the windowsill here, but I thought it got blocked.
I thought he just had to step around somebody and didn't strike it well.
Well,
but it was about a 5-yard net punt. That's tough.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it was that. The line of scrimmage was the minus 48, and he kicked it to the plus 48. That's tough.
Yeah.
4-yard net punt. And it was all because of the high snap. By the way, I don't know if you guys caught this, but did you see who the long snapper was for our very own Seahawks on Monday Night Football? Carson Tinker, the pride of Alabama and Murfreesboro, Riverdale.
Well,
10-year veteran.
I'm surprised to know that.
Kids, you can earn a living if you're really good at special teams. Snap and a give, second man through.
Good for about 5 after all that effort.
5 and maybe 6. He fell forward. Tackle made by
I think going to give him 6.
Actually, I think it was Drew Bradshaw, 52. On the stop. Edward in on it as well. Second down and a long 4, short 5. Positive territory for the Vikings. 1 by 3. Oh, good hard count there.
Changed the play, or called the play.
Caden LaPlante and now whistles. What's going on?
Maybe illegal procedure or something. No.
They're tossing out a lineman. I'm not quite sure what. Must be an equipment issue?
Blood.
Number 66, yeah.
Okay.
Probably is. Probably something bleeding.
So Hendrickson out.
I'm just guessing, but, he was holding his arm out like.
Yeah, he's got a bandage on it. You were absolutely right.
Good eyes, Todd Elvig. Straight drop off the play fake. High slant strike. Caught. Wow! Bodies flying everywhere. There's a bit of lawn darts.
And a first down.
First down, but I don't know who tried to tackle Redford, but Redford tackled him instead.
Henderson taped up the wound on his arm, and he's back in there now.
Excellent. He is a player that the Vikings are leaning on a lot this season. Two-way linemen. You'll love those. Sprinting to the far side, Belong Banks.
Look for Lamar to get this handoff.
I can only hope. Motion down the line.
About due.
Toss right side, has some blockers in front. What a burst! What a burst! Could he go? He will go! Touchdown, Lamar, and a good call by Ronnie.
Yeah, it was time for him to get the ball. If I was on defense, all I would have done was go for him.
Feed me more.
Got a nice block on the corner over there. I didn't see who did it, but it's coming back. That's why.
Doggone it. That would be why, yes.
It wasn't a good block. It was a good hold.
Yeah. There was a reason why it was a good block. It wasn't allowed.
Yeah. Unfortunate there, but did you see the speed that he had once he hit that corner there?
Yeah, he got a block on the edge, and that might have been where the hold was. And as soon as he hit the hole, he was through the hole and gone.
I mean, he accelerated really good, and I can see why he's going to do well at D1 level at Notre Dame.
So dropping back from the spot, from the 48. This is where the punt was kicked from. So a whole lot of nothing, actually.
Well, that was. It's still first down, though, right?
No, I would say give it to him again. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, maybe rest him once.
Motion comes across. Lamar to the boundary. They'll throw the comebacker. Caught. Belong Banks breaking tackles and backing up, and all that for no gain.
Yeah. A lot of jogging and jigging going on down there. Those swing passes where they throw it out and throw it behind one of your own players like that trying to block for you, it's kind of like almost illegal in my mind.
It was weird the way that one happened because it looked like it was a comeback screen, but it went the wrong way, or he had to plant and go the wrong way because the screener wasn't there.
Yep.
Good defense by Federal Way is basically what we're saying here. 2 receivers to the near side, but nobody's on ball. This thing's got to go the other way if I know my rules correctly.
There's
the toss. That'll work. Around the edge, good spin and dragged out of bounds. Tackle on the play by Xavier Garms-Hurricks.
Got almost back to the original line of scrimmage there, but Jaden didn't have any field left to run on to get around that corner.
7 all, under 5 to play in the first. Good little punching match here. Worth noting, Federal Way, no slouch coming into the season. They were ranked as one of the top 50 teams in Washington State, regardless of classification.
Well, they're no slouch team, that's for sure, when they can put up a lot of points in a game, like 60.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to score 60 against air. Straight drop on 3rd and long. Airs this one out over the middle. Incomplete.
Yep.
No penalty flags.
No, good D.
Yeah, good defense by Keyshawn Pham Roberts. Looking for Belong Banks. It'll be 4th down from the 41. What do you do? It's too far to kick it, I would say. Although McRae Flanders does have plenty of leg.
Too far for a field goal for them, but I think he's going to go for he's not going to punt.
Yeah, I think they're going to just go for it here, and let's see what we do.
And you give it to Jamar? You give it to Jaden?
Jaden Lamar, yeah. You're combining a player, Javar. Little trickeration on the hook and ladder.
He's
Coming
got
around
5
near
of it.
side. He's got a block.
He's got
he
it
can
all.
Go down the sideline and into the end zone. Touchdown once again. Belong Banks has 2 scores in the first quarter. That'll work. They faked the fake play. They faked the trick play.
I think Federal Way kind of keyed on Lamar that time and didn't realize that was going around the corner. He had just enough to get around to do that.
Just enough sideline. Yeah. That has got to hurt if you're Federal Way. You come out here, you make a statement, you get a turnover, you get the lead, and before the end of the first 12 minutes, you're staring down a score deficit.
And they had a good defensive stop on that possession as well.
Kick on the way, up and good. McRae Flanders boots it through, and they score 14-7 Vikings. Back after this on STSPN.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on a 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
14-7. Blake Stevens comes from behind and takes the lead with 4:33 left in quarter number 1. Amp Harrell, Ron Henthorn. Ronnie, what'd you see on that big statement drive to take the lead for Lake?
Well, a little deception on the part of the Vikings there, and it worked well against the Eagles as I hoped it would, obviously. But it's time for Federal Way to get the ball back, and let's see if they can make a run of it this time.
They're very proud of the dudes that they have. Roman Hutchinson, by the way, keep an eye on him. He wears number 5 in white. He is a track star, and I don't mean that as a cliche. I mean literally, he's a track star. Spin move and right into the waiting arms of more Lake Stevens Vikings. Rashawn Clark, excuse me. Clark again giving him decent field position out ahead of the 20. Actually, no, check that. They're going to mark him back at the 18.
No, I think he should have given him the 20.
Okay, they're going to wiggle a little bit.
I thought it was a 20. And they got
and another penalty. Have we had a special teams play that didn't have a penalty on it in this game?
Yeah, there must have been a hold on that one somewhere there. I didn't quite catch the signal. But
and that's a tough spot to be in if you're Federal Way. You only had it at the 20, and now you're going to march some of that off.
Take at least 5 of that. Gonna take 10 of it.
Well, Federal Way loves to blitz when they're on defense. I don't know about Lake, but as long as you can keep the defensive backs holding their water, I would pin your ears back and buzz the tower on these Eagles. Not to knock the teams to the south, but they don't see a ton of competition like Lake Stevens down there, do they?
Not really, they don't. But I think they're going to adjust to this game pretty good tonight here, I think, and we're going to get a timeout on that.
I think we had a timeout forced by Federal Way. The Eagles will talk about this one. 1st and 10 when we return here on STSPN. STSPN, proud to bring you West Coast sports. Lake Stevens coming out on defense. The penalty against the Eagles puts Federal Way back at their own, officially the 12. Tough sledding for the Eagles, down by 7 with 4:26 left in the first quarter.
Well, they took that timeout there right before this play, and then let's see if they generated a good offense here.
Play fake. Throwing back across. Good stalk block.
Oh, good block.
Oh, excellent block and better effort. 2 men to beat him, and he'll get out about the 39.
Well, now they're definitely not backed up into their own end zone area. And no flags on that play that I see anywhere.
Correct. Jordan on the reception. O'Neal finds his outlet. I didn't see. We have an injury on the field.
He must have stepped out of bounds at the 31 there. So
yeah, it seems that way. With this injury timeout. Actually, maybe they're going to get back to it. Okay.
I don't see an injury.
Well, everybody was on a knee for a second, and okay, now we're back to it. All right. Snap and a give inside. Stumbling and rumbling and bumbling. Not a whole lot there for Gavin Bland-Orange.
Nope.
So, big gain and then a no gain.
All right, look for Lake Stevens to defend against a little slant pass right now.
Yeah, you love that slant pass as a coach for Federal Way.
Yep, I do.
Trips formation to the near side, straight drop, and slings this one to no one in particular. Nearly conked the official on the coconut there.
Hit the linesman right on the back of the head on the way out. I don't know why he didn't put his hands up and catch it.
Was he an eligible receiver?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I would have caught it if I was down there.
I don't know if I would have. That takes a little bit more coordination than I have. And we do have an injured player on the field, so go ahead and step aside for a break, I think. Yes, let's step aside for another break. Back after this on STSPN.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Back to it after the injury timeout. The injured player was Jay O'Neal, the quarterback, so Hutchinson will come in and play the quarterback spot, and a false start after the motion. They went jet motion left to right with Rashawn Clark, and nobody knew exactly when to move. Well, and exit stage left. Roman is back out.
Yeah. The mandatory one play out was all it was. I guess he may have just momentarily got the wind knocked out of him, or.
Yeah, he got dinged up. Scoreboard update after this third down play, but the scores are starting to roll in. 3 minutes, 9 seconds left. First quarter, third down and long.
Look for Dre Jordan on this reception.
I agree.
That's my primary receiver. Let's see if he finds him.
Oh, false start again. I think the left side of the line moved.
Yeah, the whole left side moved before the ball got snapped even. Well, now we're...
And now they're already moving backwards. They don't even... You don't have to tell me twice.
4th and 20, are we looking at?
Is it 4th or is it 3rd?
I guess it'll still be 3rd, won't it?
No.
Yeah.
So now we're going to keep talking about this. I didn't want to take away from the solemnity of the moment, but Kamiak trailing against Monroe 10-7 in the first quarter. 31-0 effort over Jackson. And in the fourth, Edmonds Woodway 44, Linwood 21.
Glad to hear that.
A lot of defense there.
That's where I'd be tonight if I wasn't here.
And I got a scoreboard update from last night. Granite Falls beat Bellingham 34-0. Go Granite Falls Tigers.
3rd and almost 20, 3rd and 19 at least. Definitely got to have that longer pass going on here.
Stadium shaking.
And another.
Is that a false start again?
Another false start. Yes, it is.
Oh,
that's
my goodness.
3 in a row.
The Eagles are imploding here in Lake Stevens.
Well, I think the Eagles better hope that they get a good playoff here on 3rd down, or they're going to have a tough field position when they give the ball back to the Vikings here.
3:06 left in the first. Trips to the near side. Do you get a chunk play or do you go long? Well, they're going to do neither of those. It's a skip in there intended for Dre Jordan, and now they're punting.
I call that a bounce pass. They just don't allow it to happen.
Yeah. It's a little harder to do with the oblong ball.
Yeah. Works in basketball, but
yeah. So now Federal Way will mercifully punt. See if I have any other scoreboard updates for you. Another final from yesterday. Mariner defeated Meadowdale 26-8. So does that mean they're 3-0 now?
That would make sense to me since they were 2-0 before tonight.
Wow. Punting from just shy of his goal line. He lets loose a beaut, but breaking tackles for a moment, but still, that was one of those great kick, terrible spot. If he wasn't kicking that from his own goal line, that would be great field position defensively for Federal Way. Instead,
a good defense by Gabe Paella, I believe it is. It came in and made that tackle.
Gabe Paella, 6'2", 255. Got him playing on special teams. Got to like the hustle. So onto the field come the Lake Stevens Vikings. Aaron Parker and the rest of the offensive line.
We got Colton Mason out there at quarterback. Do we change quarterbacks?
That would make sense. Colton Matson from the gun. Toss right side. Lamar finds a seam and just kind of runs for a gain of 8.
Yeah. When Lamar sees that seam, I don't know. He's got a 5th gear or something. He just has a quick acceleration.
He has got the burst. 2:34 and the clock runs first quarter. Kais Falatoga on the stop for the Eagles. 2nd down and about 2.5. From the gun, back to his left. Snap, give, big hole. Oh, sliding tackle. Excellent job to grab cloth and hang on for dear life. I think that was Zoran Kapuri. But a Viking first down and a touchdown saving tackle. Excuse me, it was Mackay Piper, not Kapuri.
That'll work.
Under 2 to play in the first.
Doesn't look like the Vikings are having any trouble moving the ball on the ground here on those last 2 plays. Let's see if they're going to keep up the same idea here.
They're just going to work.
I'm just going to run the ball and see how far they can get.
I'm going to run it. You try and stop me. Snap, give, hit at the point of attack, and not a whole lot there.
Nothing really.
And nothing you can do, and you're being dragged down by Drew Bradshaw, 6'1", 220. Got about a yard. Vikings fans are still rowdy. Approaching a minute to play here in the first.
Speaking of fans, there were only about 25 or 30 people over there from Federal Way earlier tonight, but there's probably 100 people over there now.
I heard traffic was not great leaving Federal Way, but not sure why, unless it was trying to get up here and everybody blocked each other.
Oh, that's going all the way.
There's
Nope.
a screen. It's not going all the way, but it's going for a 1st and goal. Good strike from Colton Matson on, again, that comeback screen. Cole Becker on the grab, and now the toy box is fully open, Ron Henthorn.
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you give it to?
I mean, I would not be shocked if they gave it to Lamar again, but
they're going to give it to Lamar or Cassidy.
Yeah, I mean, so far 2 touchdowns on the day for Cassidy Belong-Banks. Got to share the love, but
it looks like Lamar's back there, doesn't it? Yeah, just going to go blast it up the line. Oh, it's going to be an offside.
Give into the end zone. Did you see a flag?
Nope.
I did not see a flag either. Touchdown, Vikings.
I thought that the Eagles jumped off sides, but no flag. But just like I predicted, just give it to give it to Jaden Lamar, and he'll just run it in.
I mean, it's not every day that you just get to open your football season with a future Notre Dame running back. That's just not something you see. And with this offensive line, give a bunch of gold stars to those dudes. What systems do you see at the high school level especially that can go a set in a goal line and he just walks in? Unbelievable. Kick on the way, up and good for Flanders out of the hold of Alvarado. And with the extra point, it's 21-7 with 20 seconds left in the first. Back after this on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back to it. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Amp Harrell, Ron Henthorn here with you live and direct from Lake Stevens as the Vikings have a reasonably comfortable 21-7 lead.
It's Friday night, and we're looking at high school football here, Amp. And we're looking at the Vikings running the ball really well and occasionally put that little quick pass in there to make the Federal Way Eagles respectful of that run.
You made me realize something. Federal Way gave up their first passing touchdown tonight, so their goal for the season is over with.
Well, records are made to be broken. Taking the ball on the 1 yard.
What happened here? There were late whistles.
Flag on the kickoff. Somebody may have been offsides.
Well, there was some pushing and shoving after the whistles too.
The flag's clear down here on the kick line.
Yeah, so a false start on the Vikings. We'll do it again. New score from Kamiak, Knights 14, Bearcats 10. Monroe has given up the lead in that one. And a surprise South Whitby score. Didn't think I would have one of those during a broadcast. But the Falcons lead 34-8 over East Jefferson Co-op. And no, that's not a sponsor plug, I promise. 21-7 here as the Vikings will do it again.
5 more yards. See if he gets this down close to the end zone this time.
Flanders has it teed up. They will take their time and all stay onside. Oh, it fell into the end zone.
Yeah, leave it be.
And that is a touchback by rule in high school, so nobody gets their head taken off.
I like that rule.
Yeah. Safety. There's no sense in taking it out at 16 years old and just getting clotheslined for 5 yards. 18.3 seconds left, first quarter. And basically, Lake will have one play on defense before we flip the field. That's what this comes down to. Jay O'Neill back out there at quarterback. Had to come out for a play last series and then immediately came back in.
It looks like he's just fine.
Yep. Back to his right. From the 20. Snap. Fake on the jet. They'll go with the quarterback dive instead.
Like he got about 5 or 6, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a well-designed play following the block of Sion Takai. And Takai, 6'2", 285. He can clear a path. And that will clear us to the end of the first. 21-7, Lake Stevens with the lead. Back after this with a second quarter call. This is West Coast Sports on STSPN, presented by Les Schwab Tires.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Tyler and Matt, Waterline.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. Matt's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our Waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
Back to it here, start of the second quarter, and on a second down and 4, toss going right, first down for the Federal Way Eagles. Amp Harrell, Ron Henthorn here with you. Broadcast brought to you by our friends at Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing for over 70 years. Federal Way picks up the first down. They're doing a little something different with these last 2 plays, Ronnie.
That was definitely a good pickup on first down. A little pitch to the short side there.
Yeah, they're utilizing the tosses and a little bit of motion, misdirection. Give near side, big hole, and out near the first down. I think, I don't like this spot. I thought he was down about a half yard before then. He kind of rolled and bounced. First and 10 again for the Eagles.
That's Masaka carried the ball twice there, both of those for pretty good yards.
Must be a new running back, and then I didn't catch that. It's been Bland Orange that's carried the mail thus far. Back to work, O'Neill. Threw it behind his man, and yet he still makes a play. Dre Jordan.
Dre Jordan just leaped over an ankle tackle there that didn't happen.
Well, that was one of those, he wanted the screen. He wanted that dump-off pass right now, and Dre's head was not around yet. So he threw it behind him, caught it at the hip, broke an ankle tackle, and got about 5 more. Jordan's a heck of an athlete.
Give him officially 4, so yeah, I like Jordan. He's going to be around for a while.
Get to watch him on Saturdays. Snap and a handoff, dropped it again, and taken away by Lake Stevens. This is going to be a Vikings defensive touchdown. That is rule number 1. If the ball comes loose, don't be a hero. Fall on it and live to fight another day. It squirted free and squirted free again. I don't know who came up with it.
Well, number 7 has the ball.
Oh,
so
that would be Joe. That would be Joe McGinnis. McGinnis, the linebacker, 6'2", 225, and he came away with the scoop and the scoot. 27-7, extra point pending. I believe he's also your long snapper. The chance of Flanders from the student section. Even the kicker gets the appreciation at Lake. New score, 28-7 with the extra point good. 10:22 left in the first half. Back after this on STSPN.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on the 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
People in here. Pretty full house.
Back to this full house here at Lake Stevens. Amp and Ronnie hanging out watching some football as the Vikings currently taking care of business with a defensive scoop and score. Big Joe, being Joe McGinnis, the linebacker, took it to the house.
Yeah, unfortunate there for the Eagles that happened and put them down 3 scores here.
And they were building so much momentum. They were doing well with the football, and the handoff went straight down and got scooped up about 10, 15 yards behind the point of the handoff. Wowzers. That kick to the 3. And blockers fell down, and finally Jordan gets thrown down as well. Little Superman pose from Jackson Lewis. So again, around the 20-yard line, I think it's the 18. What do you do to try and take momentum right back if you're the visitors from Federal Way?
Well, the first thing you do is try to erase any memory of that last possession and get out there and execute the way you've been practicing it.
Scoreboard update from the Battle of Marysville. Touchdown Pilchuck, Luke Shoemaker, 7-0 Pilchuck. Late first. Give going right side. Jordan, a long way to go to get the corner, and he gets thrown out of bounds and very nearly gave up the ball. Did you see that? He was had the ball out like a loaf of bread.
One-handed holder.
So for those watching at home, don't do that. Please don't do that. Bad things happen.
Unless you're in the end zone, it's okay.
And excuse me, the Berry Bowl, not the Battle of Marysville. I apologize. I'm still learning the terminology. Appreciate Cameron Van Til for the correction on that one. Shotgun. O'Neal. Slant. Complete. Clark. And a gain of...
enough for
a first down, yeah. Thanks, Ronnie.
A gain of enough. Nice little slant play there.
Trying to see if there's anything else worth reporting on. 28-7 here. Snohomish in action against Shorecrest today. And Sultan at Coopville.
So Federal Way should be just maintaining a little control like they were here, and a couple little quick plays, quick slant.
That is a nice slant in the pocket and just stuck. Just buried him. Gabe Kalani. Hey, there's a score I've got that might be of interest. North Creek out of Bothell leading Mount Si 21-13.
That might be a surprise.
Yeah, not very often you see Mount Si on the business into something like that. But North Creek is very highly ranked this season.
They are.
Motion comes across. There's the play fake. There's the quarterback draw. Nicely defended backside by the feisty Vikings, and man, they're getting salty out there. Cassidy Belong Banks is just looking for somebody to hit.
North Creek, a relatively new school. I think they've only been out there about 4 or 5 years.
I think 5 years, but yeah, they're a favorite in a lot of folks' polls this season, which is funny because they were looking for additional coaches in the offseason. I thought about giving that a try.
There you go.
2-by-2.
2nd and 8. Let's see how it goes. There's the quick slant. He's made the corner. Made 5 of it.
Hesitation and a nice job taking what you can get. Was that 16 McCray Flanders out there on the tackle?
I think it was. Yeah.
Did not know that he played defense much. Okay. 33, Dave Brown on the tackle. Third down at about 4 3/4. Hit it on another slant, you think?
No, he's going to throw this one. Nope.
Little misdirection and tackled and hit everybody, apparently, is the strategy there.
Yeah.
But either way, it results in no gain. 4th down.
Not sure I would have called that one.
I'm not sure what to have called it.
I mean, that play was not in my playbook for that position.
The end around, and looks like they are going to punt here. So after a bit of a shaky start, Vikings hold their water well and now stand to maybe milk the rest of this first half clock.
See if the Eagles defense can hold here. They did a pretty good job offensively moving the ball back down almost to midfield here. And a good punt will give them.
The block is on, and he very nearly ran him over. Live football. And
I think the Eagles have it. They say they have it.
They say they have it, and it looks like they do have it.
They do have it.
That one went off the hand of, I think that was Cole Becker back there trying to corral it, and it just took a funny hop over his shoulder.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was Cole.
And so now dig in on defense for the Vikings. They're defending with the lead. They had a lot of comeback to do last week against Bellevue.
I call that an offensive punt.
Yep, better field position for yourself after you punt the ball away. Snap and a give, and nothing doing there.
They're trying to just find that slot in the middle of the line there and see if they can't run it in, but didn't work that time.
I think it was Gavin Bland Orange. No, it was. It was 24, not 21. Acuna Muasika. Hendrickson back out there, bandaged up, and makes the stop. So we approach 6:30 left in the first half. 2x2, hash mark right. Flip Mukasika to the far side. Standing in, O'Neal feels the pressure and gonna run it out of bounds.
Made a couple. Nobody open down the end zone where he was looking. Good decision not to throw it into traffic.
And he got a little bit of a gainer there.
Yeah.
Hendrickson again on the pursuit. He has been everywhere. And now 3rd down and a full 9.
Well, it's just 4-down territory, I think, for the Eagles. I don't think they'll end. They don't make a 1st down on this play. I don't think they'll kick the extra or the field goal.
Yeah, no real sense in it. Stands in, quick strike, incomplete. Receiver sat down, but he sat down in the wrong spot.
He's wide open, just missed pass. Do it again.
I mean, if he did that, it would probably wind up in a turnover on downs because he didn't have the spot in the field to get the conversion.
Nope, he wasn't in the right spot.
So now they'll talk it over. No thought of punting here.
Nope.
Or not punting, rather kicking.
Nope.
If you punted, well, it'd be a touchback. Flip the field.
No field goal attempt here. Let's see if we can get a 1st down or get some yards out of this.
Bland Orange in there for protection. Snap and on the end around and no chance at all. Denied.
I was covered up by a blanket by the Lake Stevens Vikings there. There were 2 or 3 guys waiting for him to come to him.
You know what leads to that? 2 things. Reading your keys and a lot of film study.
Yeah.
You have seen that play on film. They knew exactly what happened, and you just saw everyone in purple swarm to the football.
Well, and I would have called a pass on that 4th and 10 or whatever, 4th and 9.
That was probably why they went for it that way, because everybody thinks you're going to pass on 4th and long.
Well, that's the odds-on best play. Of course, I'm speaking from being a wide receiver. So every play is a pass play for me.
Colton Matson back out there at quarterback for the Vikings. 2 receivers to the near side. See if we can air something out with 6:09 left in the first half. He goes empty here. 3 by 2.
He is definitely. Oh, we got a slowdown here. We got an illegal procedure against the Vikings.
What did they do here? Did they break the huddle with too many men? Because it wasn't offside.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Offsides?
But I didn't think you could be offsides before you snapped the football. You'd have a chance to get back onside. Could it have been a delay, perhaps? Straight drop, blitz comes, dumps it off. Caught, and
I think they might have lost yards.
Yeah, I think they lost a few.
And came close to getting caught back in the end zone there. Just barely got that pass off.
Well, this is an Eagles team that absolutely loves to blitz. Just in a little bit of film study I saw from last week's game, I don't know that I've seen a high school team that likes to blitz as much as this one. And I've been calling games for 20 years.
And if you're going to blitz, this is the place to do it right here.
Worst thing that could happen is you get beat over the top. But
especially they're back in pass formation. You're going to go get the quarterback before you can get rid of it.
Snapping it into round. Lamar, he's got the edge. He could go, and he gets bumped into some white shirts. Well, he stayed alive. Wow, and a penalty flag here. That could be a personal foul tacked on top of it. I think he got hit around the head.
I'm not sure what happened over there. Should have had the glasses on that one.
Yeah, that was one of those where he was around the sideline, and most people gave up on the play, and he angled it back in, and I think somebody just took a shot.
I thought he actually went out of bounds, but apparently
I thought he did too, and so did half the players out there. Oh, it was a face mask, not a shot, but it was still a personal foul face mask, so this one's going to hurt if you're wearing white.
Yeah, that's a 25-yard play, 10 yards running, and
15 on the backside of it. Ow. So back to work go the Vikings with 5:15 left. Left to right as you view on your, well, phone, computer, big screen TV. Hi, Maury. Hope you're watching. From the gun, back on his left hip. Hard count to keep him honest. Delay draw up the middle. Following the block of Aaron Parker. And a decent gain of about 8.5. Man, Lamar is fun to watch.
Yeah, he's quick.
I don't know if he's enough to get me to cheer for Notre Dame, but I'll at least watch.
You can always watch Notre Dame, but you don't have to cheer for him.
That's like, we have a stoppage. I think that's a timeout, actually.
Yeah, timeout Vikings.
Timeout Vikings. We'll take it as well. 4:36 to go. 28-7 Vikings on STSPN.
At GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, we know that comfort is more than just the heating and cooling equipment we deliver. It's also the comfort our customers feel with the people they engage with in the process. For over 40 years, residents of Snohomish County have trusted GNS Heating to improve the comforts of their home. And now you can save up to $2,000 on heat pumps and air conditioners during our preseason cooling sale. Visit gsheating.com today.
Back to it on STSPN out of the timeout. Vikings needed to talk about it here on a 2nd and short. 4:36 to go before halftime. We are presented by Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing on and off the football field.
And under your car.
Indeed. Keeping it rolling. Matson with a back to his left. Motion comes across. Give going that way. First down and more. Bangs off a body. Spun backwards. Doubles back again. And now it's just a rugby scrum. They got to blow this dead, and they do.
He bounced back about 5 yards, didn't he?
He bounced back 5 yards and then kept the legs turning.
Wow.
And I appreciate the officials for what they did to just stop that one before anybody has a chance to get hurt. 1st and 10 Vikings. From the 44. Hash mark left.
Well, what the Eagles don't want to do is they don't want to let the Vikings score another touchdown here before the half.
Nope. I also want to get a stop because with 4 minutes left, I mean, Lake Stevens could milk this clock all the way down if they wanted to. Old school smash mouth football. Jet sweep motion out in front. Straight drop. Looking. Colton. Incomplete.
Colton, he was so wide open that he overthrew him.
Yeah. Too wide open. Colton Matson aired that one out. Intended for Cole Becker, I believe. So we'll re-rack and try it again. Fans, don't miss in the post game as we award our lineman of the game and, of course, our player of the game presented by Adrenaline Fundraising. Have all of that for you coming up after this game is over.
And we encourage you to go out to KRKO, too, because their post game is second to none as far as I'm concerned.
You might even hear a familiar name on there or familiar voice on there.
Yeah.
Aired that one out incomplete.
I thought it was complete.
Oh, sorry, I was screened. I had a post in my way this time.
Yeah, it was complete, but not for only a couple yards.
I appreciate the cross promotion there, Todd Elvig. So
we're all one happy community. That and Harrell Net Preps and
Harold
Ryland Spencer.
Oh, yes. I follow a lot of what Ryland Spencer does. He's helped an out-of-towner get acclimated to Western Washington football. From the gun, 3rd and 8. Matson goes empty. Watch the left side of your screen. Dancing around. Matson going to go up the right side of your screen instead and surges ahead for a first down. What a shot he took. Colton Matson being a leader.
Looked like one of the Eagles a little shook up there. That's unfortunately that's Dree Jordan that was on that tackle, up a little gingerly getting up there, but he looks to be okay at this point. He's sucking for a little air there, maybe.
Yeah, Andre Piper Jordan. Gotta get the cobwebs shaken out. Oh, and we've got a stoppage. What have we got here? Another timeout?
Timeout Eagles, I think.
Timeout Eagles with 3:11 left, so we'll take it as well. We'll have some scores when we return. It is 28-7 on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. They are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back to it on STSPN. Amp and Ronnie hanging out watching some ball. After that timeout, 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Vikings would like to get another score, I'm sure, before halftime here, but Eagles don't want that to happen.
Agreed. Grant Lynch plowing the road. Motion into the backfield, rocket motion. Snap and steps up, airs this one out a little too far out in front, just a bit. He very nearly caught that, though, didn't he?
He did. I saw him go down right behind the post over there, and he had his hand on it, I think, and that's about all I got of it.
Yeah, the acceleration by David Brown, he just was kind of deceptive, hand fighting with his defensive partner, and then sped right past him. Passing game has not been the most robust, not been the most crisp for the boys in purple tonight. Something to work on.
Well,
3 by 1. Jet motion. They'll go against the green with Lamar, and he'll bang his way inside for a few.
Got 5 or 6 of them anyway.
Brings up 3rd down and about. They got about 8, actually.
Yeah, 3rd and about 2. So he got more than I thought he got. So what do you do? Bust those 2 more yards and keep going?
I would say so.
Yeah. Just say, give me 2 more, Lamar.
Yeah. Stop me. It'll be 4th down anyway.
Oh, direct snap.
Direct snap to Lamar, and he will keep his legs churning.
And he got about 10.
Tackle made by Makayo Edward. 6'1", 275 on Edward, by the way.
275.
275. They got some beef.
Yeah.
Eagles were proud of what they had in their weight room this year. And they needed every single ounce to stop Lamar. Did we mention lately that he's going to Notre Dame?
No. Really? I wonder why.
Yeah, I'd take him.
We got another timeout?
No, just taking a little extra time to set the personnel.
Okay.
Clock was stopped on the first down. Approaching 2 minutes to go here.
There's Lamar again.
Lamar
take it in.
Leaping into the end zone. Touchdown.
Is that allowed?
I think it is because he leapt to get over a defender. You can't just jump over a defender with the cleats. And you can't
you can't jump over him and keep running, but you maybe can dive over him like that.
Yeah, I think he needed to get to the end zone, and he dove and broke the plane. So I think that's why it's allowed.
Yeah.
He didn't put anybody at risk, and he wasn't overly celebrating. We can be bombastic up here. Lamar, give him a 6.
Another 6.
So 2 for Lamar and 2 for Cassidy Belong-Banks. It's going to make that Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game decision a little harder. Snap, set, kick on the way. Flanders has done what he's needed to do tonight. Your new score, 35-7 with under 2 to play in the first. Vikings with the lead. We'll take a break. Back after this on STSPN.
Who's got the other touchdown? The defensive guy?
Yeah, it was this.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Back to it, the On Lake Stevens fight song echoing out for the 5th time tonight, at least. 35-7, Lake on top. And make no mistake, 35 unanswered, Ron Henthorn.
Yeah.
They trailed 7-0.
Yeah,
Lake got punched in the mouth.
They woke up after that first 7 points by the Eagles, and Eagles would like to nothing better than to get at least something positive happening on this possession. They take the ball from the 10.
Yeah, squib kick back to the 9, and Jordan running the long way and leaping over a defender. And
East and West made it, and then made about 5 more yards. So
a whole lot of running for not a whole lot of positive. But still, they'll take it. A positive's a positive, especially when you're staring down a 28-point deficit.
So the Eagles are going to play strong offense, throw the ball, and try to get something down there, or are they going to play conservative?
Well, I mean, they do get the ball back to start the second half as well, and they're down 4 scores. I wouldn't be shocked if they ran the ball, but they're going to take at least one shot here.
It's going to throw it. There it goes.
Airing it out near side, just off the fingertips, intended for Emery Stewart. First time calling his name today. Excellent defense by, I believe that was Cassidy Belong-Banks, the eraser.
Yep.
Running back out there for Federal Way, still Gavin Bland-Orange. The senior at 5'9", 165. He's probably in pass pro right now.
Cassidy with 2 touchdowns and a pass defense there. There's an open play. Oh, that got intercepted.
Did that get picked off?
Yes, it did.
Oh, my goodness. Hello.
That's Redford.
Isaac Redford. He has been a non-factor catching the ball on offense, so he says, I'll catch one on defense instead.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Unfortunate turn of events there for the Eagles as they are trying to move the ball down and get a little something positive here at the end of this first half. But Vikings got the ball on the 32-yard line.
This is a Vikings team that the only way I can describe it is ticked off. They gave up the ball, leading to the short field and the score, and stared down a 7-0 deficit. Since then, an interception, and a scoop and score. I'll take it. Trips in a bunch near side. They're going to take a shot.
They're gonna run it.
I hope they run it, but
yep, there goes
give left side.
Oh,
Oh my goodness! I could have scored there. Touchdown! He's going to keep running. Catch him at the county line. Lamar for his 3rd score of the day.
He ran all the way back into the lake here at Lake Stevens.
Take a bow, take a swim. Woo! Oh, penalty marker down. I think I see why. That was probably a hold.
Not going to count.
Doggone it. That was probably my best call all year.
Yeah, that was a hold.
Yeah, when you could drive a Sherman tank through that hole, probably someone did something they're not supposed to.
Did I just hear you describe yourself as a Sherman tank?
I did not.
You said you could drive through that hole.
Well, I did. It was a little bit of juxtaposition there. I may or may not be the size of a Sherman tank. But either way, if you could fit a tank through it, you could probably fit an amp through it.
You probably could.
Either way, bad things happen. Slap them on the wrist, and we'll try again.
All right. Well, you know what they're going to do. They're going to try to keep running the ball.
90 seconds left in this one, first half. Up 35-7. Motion comes across, snap and the give. New quarterback back out there, didn't catch that. And rumbling and stumbling and bumbling ahead is Isaac Redford on the end around. Quarterback out there is Caden LaPlante, who had the start tonight. Keeping the clock rolling. See if I can get some scores in between plays. It's been a back and forth affair between Monroe and Kamiak. Quick snap, low snap. LaPlante.
Gonna throw this one.
There's this one.
Oh, he got it.
What a strike. Looking like the great Finese out there, just firing that one in.
Nice catch, too.
Mason McMillan gets the grab. Scoreboard update, Monroe up 29-14 in the second against Kamiak on the road.
Clock is running, and Vikings are not calling timeout. They're going to try to get this play in, and it's going to be another pass, I'm sure.
Low snap, fake the first handoff, give it the second man through around the end, driving and powering his way to the end zone.
And he did it. He did it. He did it.
He is in. Lamar, there's the 3rd touchdown.
Now he gets his 3rd touchdown.
The Viking horn sounds, and it is 41-7 with 37.3 left. The all-important extra point upcoming from McCray Flanders to make it a 35-point lead. Timeout. Timeout officials. Oh, apparently either an equipment issue or a lower body injury for
temporarily injured.
One of the Eagles will trot off the field.
37 seconds in this first half to go here, Amp, and we're looking at a 42-point score here for Lake Stevens.
I think that's Dre Jordan that left the field on his own power, but return is questionable.
That is 42.
It is, in fact, a 42-point lead. So,
42-7.
42-7, you're right. Yes, 35-point lead. We'll take a break. Back after this on STSPN. About right, yeah.
And
back to it here on STSPN. Trying to calculate stats, but I forgot my abacus, Ronnie.
Well, you don't even know which number to push on an abacus, do you?
Well, if you're pushing numbers on an abacus, I think you're using it wrong. The kids are looking at their phones going, what the heck are those old dudes talking about?
What's an abacus?
Use the Google machine carefully.
Carefully.
What was it they used to say when I was a kid? Get your parents' permission before going online.
Yeah. Well, Jaden Lamar, we don't have stats on him. We were thinking about stats, and unofficially, I've got him probably at 150, 170 yards, and Another 50 that came back because of penalties that he would have had.
Yup. Didn't he score twice and they both got called back? And taken into the end zone. You don't see a ton of these straight up ball carries you into the end zone touchbacks.
No.
So that's another feather in the cap of McCray Flanders.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, folks, from experience, you just don't know how much of a luxury it is to have a legit stud kicker.
Yeah, both for kickoffs and for field goals, because a good field goal kicker for high school level can win a lot of ball games for you.
And punting, too. Can't forget punting, because if you can put that ball wherever you want it, win the field position battle, makes the rest of it a whole lot easier.
So the Eagles going to just run the clock out here.
Looks like they're going into a victory formation to just kneel and go into the locker room. So plenty to talk about, plenty to work on. And instead, they'll just flop on it.
They'll fumble it for the victory formation.
Okay, you know what? It still counts as taking a knee.
Yeah.
Whether you meant to do it or not.
And that should just let it run out.
They look like, well, wait, are we supposed to snap it again?
No.
You want us to do it again?
No,
Coach?
don't do it again. Just hang out here. We're going to go. Now the Vikings figured it out, and they're going to leave the field.
All right. Let's go talk about this one, folks. 42-7. 42 unanswered points from a very motivated Lake Stevens football team. We will step aside for a break. When we come back, second half action from Lake Stevens on STSPN.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best.
UFC strawweight champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Wedge Doctor requesting immediate hot extract taken on.
Here on team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on a 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish, or at
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
At GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, we know that comfort is more than just the heating and cooling equipment we deliver. It's also the comfort our customers feel with the people they engage with in the process. For over 40 years, residents of Snohomish County have trusted GNS Heating to improve the comforts of their home. And now you can save up to $2,000 on heat pumps and air conditioners during our pre-season cooling sale. Visit gsheating.com today.
Plumbing technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm an apprentice, and I like to learn from all these different plumbers. I want to be a plumber to provide a good lifestyle for myself and for my future dreams.
It's like a loop machine.
All around town, trying to get down.
It's like a loop machine.
Welcome back to SL, that being, actually LS, Lake Stevens. I was trying to be cute and I shot myself in the foot. Amp Harrell, Ron Henthorn, save me from myself, sir.
How's your foot there, Amp?
It hurts, but it doesn't hurt as much as trailing 42-7 coming out of the locker room on the road.
No, unfortunately for the Eagles, they're down by a big number here, and that locker room had to be full of a little disappointment, but hopefully some positive affirmations to get back in this game and kind of hold the Vikings intact a little bit here. But based on the way things are going, that's going to be a tough thing to do.
42-7 and 42 unanswered. While we have a moment, let's check some scores around the area, around Wesco. Inglemore leads Cascade of Everett 7-6. At the half, that's in the second quarter, by the way. At the half, Monroe 37, Kamiak 14 at home. Anacortes over Archbishop Murphy 7-0 in the second. Let's see, 7-7, Marysville Pilchuck and Marysville Getchell. 31-0 Everett over Jackson in the third quarter of action there. A final score, Edmonds Woodway 44, Linwood 21.
21, yeah.
Big win for the Warriors there. And let's see if we've got anything else of note. And of course, the game from yesterday, Mariner improves to 3-0 with a 26-8 thrashing of Meadowdale. Mariner in pretty good shape to go on a 5-2 start to this season.
Yep. Big surprise to the 4A division that Mariners doing that well at this point. And early on, they were kind of like not sure what they had and not sure what they were going to do. And I think the rest of the world thought they weren't going to do very well. But Tuiasosopo's got them together over there.
Oh, and we've got a little bit more time before we get this thing back underway. A little bit more warm-up time, which gives me some more time to go through any more scores if I have them. Also, we do broadcast both volleyball and soccer on this particular network. I want to give a shout-out to Shorecrest as the Scots got a win in girls soccer 2-1 over Archbishop Murphy last night.
You're full of information down there.
I'm full of something. Granite Falls with a win yesterday, 34-0 on the road at Bellingham. Always want to give a shout-out to Granite Falls. Single A football, love it. And Woodinville Issaquah doing battle along with Snohomish and Shorecrest today. I don't have any scores from those just yet. Also Shorewood and Mount Lake Terrace.
Well, it's a little early to talk about too much, but Lake Stevens next week is going to play West Lynn High. You know where West Lynn High is?
Is that in California?
It's in Oregon, West Lynn, Oregon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about West Lynn High, but I suspect it's probably going to be a pretty good game down there.
Yes, sir. Speaking of good games, another one happening tomorrow. Ferndale and Glacier Peak, 3:45 kickoff, and I believe that is at Lumen Field.
It definitely is.
Good time to be a fan of high school sports in Western Washington. We're just about ready to get this thing back underway in the second half. Broadcast is presented very proudly by Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing for over 70 years. As they are waiting for the countdown clock to commence. The fun on the field was because they sometimes give you an extra 3 minutes to warm up when you come out of the locker room, and sometimes they don't. Both teams are ready for them to not do that, and then they gave them 3 minutes anyway. And unlike other situations, you can't just turn that off and say, all right, fine, why not?
By the way, I got the semi-official stats for Lamar, and he had 154 yards in the first half, and on that pace, he's set up to go for a 300-yard game.
Back-to-back weeks. That one just a shuriken into the air, taken on a hop at the 11. Bit of a baseball play there, charging in.
A good return, though.
Out across the 25-yard line, and that's where Federal Way will have it. So Federal Way, if you've been with us this whole broadcast, they started off the game with a good stop and a turnover, set them up with great field position, and they took a 7-0 lead. Well, like Steven said, anything you can do, I can do better, and scored 42 unanswered to get to this point. So
well, let's see what the Eagles got going here. We're coming out of halftime. For them, it's a new ball game. Yeah, the way to approach this is 0-0. Let's go do a good second half here.
Coach Izzy has them fired up coming out of the locker room. Straight drop, feathers this one out to the sideline. Nearly had a great gain.
A little more acceleration on that from Dre Jordan there.
Yeah, Jordan trying to get around that man-up defense. I think on the PBU was Cassidy Belong-Banks. So we'll have this to do all over again. The helmets hanging just a bit for the visitors from Federal Way.
It's a new half. It's a new half. Let's play like we know how to play. That's what the coach says.
Pana Tupatala on the far side, 2 to the near side. Motion comes across. They'll run the draw against it. Fake the handoff to Clark, and O'Neill takes it himself. We'll call it a dive, and he got about a yard. Ashton Hendrickson, have yourself a day. Hendrickson may be in line for that Lineman of the Game award. He has had a number of stops and tackles for loss.
Works for me.
Still got plenty of football left, though, so everybody wants the shirt, and everybody wants to put in the work.
Well, the Eagles tried the long pass, then the short run. They got to try the long pass again. And
there's that slant.
And it was good.
Excellent defense, though. Just sitting on his hip at his shoulder. That was 54, I believe. Mason Turner, the linebacker, just stuck like glue.
That's the play they got to keep running.
4th down and a yard.
And
they want to go for it. Like, come on, coach, let's get this. Not going to happen.
No. I like that slant play. They should have actually done that a lot more in the first half, and I hope they do it more in the second half.
I mean, even with that, it was a little bit of soft coverage because they did let them have the pass. They did let them have the completion, and no yak.
No, we got a timeout here.
Oh, we're going to consider this one. The players chewing on coach's ear. We'll step aside for a quick break. 42-7, Lake.
Don't make a mistake like I did, though.
Well, we'll have to save that story for later. It's the things that you don't hear. Now they are going to go for it, or at the very least go for a hard count. This is bold, and they are going to go for it, and that was a mistake.
He did not make it. He's close. I don't know. He fought his way up there.
He might have gotten there. I'm not saying it was a mistake as in he didn't get it. I'm just saying they wanted a play.
They got it.
They wanted a toss or an option, and the pitch relationship was not there because Clark was supposed to run closer, and he sprinted past the mark. Give credit to O'Neill for getting it, but that play was DOA.
First down. Eagles, let's run those little slant pass again, guys, now. Don't have to go for the home run on all the plays here. Although he wants to.
Looks, airs this one out, has his man nearly intercepted.
Yeah.
Dre Jordan hooked up with Cassidy Belong-Banks, and Belong-Banks is just having a fantastic game. 2 touchdowns as a receiver, and they stuck him on Dre Jordan.
Yeah, he stayed with Dre all the way out. So, I mean, Dre Jordan is, like I said, going to Ohio State, or Oregon State, I mean, and he wasn't fast enough to get away from Cassidy.
Got a hand fight. Got to get free of the line. Everybody taking their time getting back to the huddle. Been running a track meet out here with under 10 to play in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the far side. Make it 3 as slot man is Dre Jordan. Motion to the backfield. Swing pass right side. Breaking tackles and breaking hearts and getting decked.
Got a couple. Maybe 3.
Ikuna Muasika on the carry.
Might even have got, yeah, I can get 3. At least 3.
3 and a whisker. Tackle made by Stephen Lee Jr., who is a junior, by the way. Only 1 year I get to make that joke.
Yeah. Was that a joke?
A little bit.
I thought it was a good one.
Appreciate it. The fact that you had to ask, though, makes me wonder a bit.
It's all part of the fun.
Trips the near side. It's like, oh, so that's what you call that. I think there's a tight end out there. Slant pass complete.
There you go.
There's your play, and he breaks tackles and gets to the outside. He's outrunning his blockers. He will get the edge and get the pylon maybe. Yes.
Touchdown. He does.
Touchdown for Rashawn Clark. As he will race down the sideline. There was your play. You've been calling for it for a while, Coach.
And we got a player off the far side over there down on the 8-yard line. Looks like it's a Viking.
Believe you are correct, and the trainer will trot across the backside of this potential play. Now they're realizing there's a player down and getting a knee.
Yeah.
I thought for a second we were going to say, oh, well, he's on the sideline, so we're just going to kick the extra anyway.
Yeah, they'll hold it.
Nobody's really doing anything, so I don't know if we should take a break on a extra point try or not. Okay, we'll keep it right here. That slant went for big yardage and a big score.
Well, looks like you're going to help him up over there, so might have a little bit of an ankle or knee problem.
Yeah,
there.
might have got rolled up or something. I mean, when you go to the sidelines, offensively or defensively, there are a lot of people and objects that you can get tangled up with. Taking a little extra time here.
14.
There we go. And that would be Isaac Redford. Redford, a defensive back and a stud wide receiver for this squad as well. He will leave with help, but looks to be more shaken up than anything else. Now he is under his own power.
He's walking pretty good for somebody who's been down that long.
Yeah. Could have knocked the wind out of him. Could have landed funny.
I'm going to go with the wind story.
Works for me. He's like, I'm good, guys. I'm good. Let's go. He is hungry for some receptions. He had a pick earlier.
Yeah. So we got Jordan Suka doing the kicking here for the Eagles. Is that right?
No, I believe it's Cadence Rios.
Oh, Rios, 48.
Yes. Rios for point. Snap is low.
Oh, I thought it was going to get blocked.
The snap was low, the set was decent, and the kick is good. New score, 42-14. Vikings still with the lead with under 9 to play in the third on STSPN.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
We are doing the right thing here, bringing you local sports coverage on STSPN. Amp Harrell, Ron Henthorn, Todd Elvig on the ones and twos over there. Big statement score coming out of the locker room. They'd given up 42 straight, and finally Federal Way finds an answer.
You started the second half like they started the first half, Amp. They scored.
Yeah, and if that holds true, then we're going to be staring down the barrel of an 80-point win here.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I think we're going to see the Vikings score at least a couple more times tonight.
Here's a Lake Stevens return right up the gut, and the blockers fall down nearly back to midfield. Heck of a return for Lake. What was that on the return? Was that 3? Oh, no, Paul Varela, number 9. New score from Everett. Cascade 13, Inglemore 7. We have a final. Everett High beats Jackson 31-7.
No surprise there.
Nope. And North Creek leading Mount Si at the half 28-23. Also at the half, Monroe 37, Kamiak 14.
So Vikings are back out there, it looks like, with their full starting lineup again, and see how long they hold on to that with this big lead.
Snapping a quick give inside. Lamar busts it to the outside, breaking
busts it.
tackles. He's got a block. He can get the edge. He's got a convoy, but he runs out of sideline. He runs out of field to the left and right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have gone.
The way he runs, if he'd actually cut back, I don't know if they could get a hold of him enough to knock him down or not. But
yeah, if he had flipped them hips back to the right. Oh, do you see some laundry on the field?
No, I was just trying to count here where he went. It's like 10, 20. That's like another 40 yards on top of his 150, right?
Yeah. If he were to jump cut back inside, he would twist up some ankles, and that would not have been fun for the visitors from down south.
Maybe only another 30 yards on that one, I guess. But
still
yeah.
knocking on the door at 200. Rolling.
There's
oh my goodness. Hit him in the hands. Jackson Lewis in space.
Jackson Lewis, you got to catch the ball and then turn and run, not the other way around.
I mean, he was so wide open. He was feeling footsteps and knew what he had to do.
Frustrating when the quarterback throws you the ball and you're wide open and you drop it.
Let's see, sub-checking in to the far side. Jesse Lewis. Single receiver to the near side is Jackson Lewis. Trips to the short side. What have we got drawn up here? Direct snap, and he is hit immediately and dropped.
Boy.
Man, that is a run dog blitz from the word go, and give a gold star or 3 of them to Federal Way.
Yeah, that's number 29, 39.
Probably 29, Mackay Piper.
Yeah, it was 29. Yeah, he figured that one out right out of the gate.
I mean, they bunch him up to the short side. You know something unique is coming. Now there's still cascade trips to the far side.
Maybe they're going to do it again.
Empty set.
You're going to roll and throw.
Motion comes across in front. That's Lamar. Straight drop. Going to look for Lamar a little too high on the carom, and that was a live football.
That was bouncing around to the point where you could have got a Federal Way Eagle underneath it somewhere. Unfortunately, that did not happen.
Caden LaPlante uncorking that one, and they're going to go for the field goal?
I think I would if I were Vikings, because they haven't done that tonight and they can use the practice.
Yeah.
And they are.
On for special teams, Joe McGinnis. McGinnis had the scoop and score on the double fumble earlier on defense.
Who's kicking that number?
That is 16, McCray Flanders. Snap, set, kick.
Nope.
Kick is blocked, and it is spinning around.
Oh.
What an open field tackle! Hello! McCray Flanders says, block me, will ya?
Yeah.
That is a thing of beauty.
Well, there you go. A stop by the Eagles. Blocked that field goal attempt. And the Eagles got the ball back here again at about the 40-yard line. And let's see if they can go down and score, huh?
Hey, I'm just happy that McCray Flanders just put shoulder pad into ribs. It was a form tackle, and you can teach that, but the kicker's job is to kick. So that was fantastic. Hash mark left for Federal Way. Trips to the right side. Dropping back on a boot roll. O'Neal airs this one out. Has a man.
And he
connects. Did he get his toes down in bounds? I think
so,
he did.
On the 30-yard line, at least. Yep.
That is a heck of a pitch and catch to Austin May, the sophomore.
Yep. That's how you're going to get back in this ball game, Eagles.
Chucking the tater across the yard. So Coach Try is not going to be happy about this one. Somebody's going to be running some laps this week.
Well, that's what I talked to Izzy about before the game. You're going to have to throw the ball a lot tonight, but he didn't do it much in the first half. He's going to do it now.
Straight drop O'Neal.
There, he's open. He's
Drop
open.
on the
oh,
slant.
Beautiful
He gets
catch.
his separation, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow. Andre Piper Jordan with a beautiful catch and run.
Just a nice little pro move there, too. He was pressing the defender and then just backed away from him and to go to the ball. Kept his eye on the ball all the time, so like he cleared out.
And give credit to Jay O'Neal. He put that ball exactly where he wanted it to go. Only one guy was catching it, and he was wearing white.
Well, first 2 scores of this half and going to the Eagles.
Yeah, they've had a fire lit under them. And this is going to bode well for the Eagles when they go back into their league play. Because, again, you're not going to face a ton of Lake Stevens-type teams.
That one looks good.
And good. New score, 42-21, and some Boo Birds coming out here in Lake Stevens. We'll take a break. Back after this on STSPN.
They're halfway there.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on the 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
Back to work. Go the Lake Stevens Vikings here on STSPN. We're presented by Les Schwab Tires, Amp Harrell, Ron Henthorn, and a cast of thousands out there.
Yeah.
It was that 4th down that set them on fire down here.
Oh. The 4th
Remember
down.
when they had to talk about it?
Yeah.
Like, give us the ball.
Yeah, the players down 42 to 7. And facing a 4th down and a long yard, they encourage their coach, hey, we want to go for it. We don't want to punt this thing down by 35. And they got their wish, and to Todd Elvig's credit, yeah, they're fired up. Now Lake has got to show some resiliency of their own. Pickin and Grennan inside the 40, yes.
Yeah,
the scrum keeps moving.
There's about 20 players on that and only 2 other players that aren't in the scrum there.
Just kind of off to the side, knitting a sweater, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody gave a lightsaber to one of the cheerleaders. That's a bold move. Viking power, indeed. 42-21. Vikings with the lead and the football.
Well, the Eagles fans got to be happy that are out here tonight, as well as those listening in to us. Eagles showing some good football here at the start of the second half.
Out of that 5-2 or 4-2-5 rather, defensive front. Here comes the blitz. Snap and a give, running away from it. Lamar, first down and out of bounds. Guess who, right?
Yeah, guess who? Another 10.
He reminds me a lot of a guy I had the privilege of seeing back in Tennessee. He was a scat back. He started out about 150 pounds soaking wet, track athlete. When he was a senior, he was a $185 and could run through you as well as around you. Got himself a scholarship to Vanderbilt. Not a bad run.
No.
He probably averaged 20 yards from scrimmage every time he touched the ball.
You get a guy strong and quick like that can do it. There's another pitch to Lamar.
Left side to Lamar, and he will surge his way.
I guess they didn't have a first down.
I guess they said he went out of bounds before getting the first down, so he gets it that time. A funny story about that. One of my buddies later in my broadcasting career was the backup nose guard for a team that played against Gaston Miller, and he got put into a game because Gaston kept hurting our dudes. And they said, whatever you do, don't let one hit you. Yeah. And he wakes up on the sidelines. Last thing he saw was a 1 jersey running through him, and he played nose. Lamar on the swing pass, has a convoy, tries to get to the outside, stutter step, cuts back in.
Lamar, yep, he's going to lose a couple on that.
Be wrapped up and put down. Going
to be a couple-yard loss on that play. Oh, they actually gave him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage.
Gabe Paella, 255 a tackle, and he just kind of set the edge and grabbed cloth.
You know, I wonder about that sometimes. He makes his forward progress, but then he intentionally, on his own power, turned around and moved back. I don't think he should get forward progress when he does that.
That's one of those rules we can argue about, like, do sacks go against rushing yardage or passing yardage?
There you go. You can argue.
Play fake, boot roll, right side, has a man. What a strike. Down the side to Paul Varela. And a whistle stops play. What happened? Black out to the near side, saw something. Oh, he threw a flag. What do we got?
I think we might have a hold against the Vikes here.
Was it a hold or? Well, I think he made the hand gesture of a hold. But I was thinking for a second that might have been an illegal formation.
Personal
foul.
Personal foul,
Okay.
Eagles.
Okay. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah,
it'll be good for a chunk of change.
I didn't see it unless he called for hitting him out of bounds when he went out of bounds.
That would make sense based on the spot.
So it's like he's behind the pole and in front of all the Vikings standing down there. We couldn't see actually where he was hit.
Yep. 5:44 left in the third quarter as we'll march this one down the field.
Very painful penalty here for the Eagles. That 15 yards on top of that play.
I mean, you're down 21 points, so you need a lot of help.
So
you can't do that.
Ball on the 15-yard line, and you got a guy by the name of Jordan, somebody out there who can run to the end zone.
Matson, your quarterback. Running back on his hip.
Oh.
Motion comes across. Should
No
be
flag.
a free play.
No flag.
Snap and a give and bubbling back. He needs some help. A little stiff arm. And
Now
he'll get out of bounds for a loss of 4.
Oh,
that should be a late hit right there.
Yep, it should be, but it may not be.
There were about 3 different things that could have been called on that sequence. Instead, it's just a loss of 4.
Loss of 4, yeah.
Well, we said it in the first half, partner, that if it were us, we'd give it to 17 and say, stop us.
Yeah.
Stop him, stop me.
I
You know what we're going to do.
I think there were 3 guys from the Eagles that said, I'm going to follow him wherever he goes, and they did.
Well, and that just means you're going to open things up backside, because if you get 3 guys shading on one running back, somebody's going to be open in the flat.
Eventually, that's true.
Snap, play fake, rolls near side. There is a man open. Catch toward the pylon. He is out of bounds inside the 10. That is our good buddy, Cassidy Belong-Banks.
Yeah.
And Cassidy Belong-Banks already has 2 receiving touchdowns today and is in the driver's seat for that Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game.
Cassidy could have made a couple more yards, but didn't like the impact looking at him with 2 guys coming at him.
Yeah, he's not a huge dude.
No. Now we're on the running play. There it goes.
Shuffle pass, near side, hesitation, and lowers his head.
A couple more for Lamar.
Another good play for Jaden Lamar. Jaden Lamar, by the way, for those wondering, 5'11", 195, and a senior.
Is it 4th down again? It is, isn't it? They're
Wow. Did not get the first down there. Okay.
Yeah. They're not going to kick it. They're going to go for it. They're not going to try that field goal stuff anymore.
Here we go with Colton Matson as the quarterback. Lamar on his left hip.
Trips left.
Low snap, delay handoff, off the end, into the end zone.
guess who
Touchdown, Jaden Lamar.
Who are you going to give the ball to, Amp?
I believe it's a guy wearing a purple shirt with a 17 on it.
It sure was.
Or
That's his 4th TD tonight.
Or to put it another way, give it to the dude who's going to Notre Dame. Can't stress that enough. Rudy.
4:44 in the 3rd period. He scores again for his 4th time tonight.
Just unbelievable weapon.
Pushing the 200-yard mark for sure. He needs to get a rest.
Yeah. The problem is that his brother, his younger brother, and bigger younger brother, is out with an injury.
I think that extra point got blocked, didn't it?
Had some whistles here. Penalty marker down. That be a roughing or running into? Or?
Well, offsides or motion or.
Could be a lot of things.
I can't see there's the white hat. He came off behind the post. He's signaling over to the Eagles bench, so it must be against the Eagles.
So we'll try this all over again. Yeah, it's lined up from my vantage point. They're directly behind the post. So here we go.
Not sure why nothing happened with that flag.
And that one, I think they blocked that. No, he banged it through.
Just barely went through. It was kicked right a little bit, just inside the right upright.
So McCray Flanders bangs it home. It is 49-21. We'll step aside for a break. Back after this. Back to it here on STSPN, live and direct from Lake Stevens, Washington. Amp Harrell here with you, joined by Ron Henthorn and Todd Elvig. So good news, Lake Stevens back off the deck and with a 49-21 lead. Bad news is kicking game being a little problematic today.
It's 14-7 in the second half, favor of Eagles. You know.
Yeah, Federal Way came off the deck themselves. They'd given up 42 unanswered and said, "No, coach, we want to go for it on 4th down in the 3rd," and scored 2 straight scores off of it.
Unfortunately, gave that one up to the Vikings, but we'll see what happens when they get the ball again, like now.
And around the edge, nice wiggle, and there he is again. McCray Flanders, fear the kicker.
Yeah.
Now he kind of got flattened in the process, so that's one of those don't shoot, good shot kind of things.
Let's see if he's going to get up. Yeah, they helped him up. Actually, look at that. The Eagles helped him up off the ground. That was nice sportsmanship there.
Well, as long as you're not the guy trying to house a kick, everybody else, you got to take care of the kicker because, dang, that's a good play.
Yeah.
He just speared him.
He came to play.
Bill Goldberg out there. Somebody got it. Not everybody, but somebody got that reference.
Ball on the 41 here. Let's see if Federal Way Eagles can move it down again. Through the air, boys. Got to go.
Back to work, Jay O'Neill. Straight drop, sprint pass.
Oh, wide open. He catches it.
A little too far out in front. Defending on the play. Oh, it was intended for Hutchinson. I think that was Gabe Kalani on the defense. No, that was Joe McGinnis. That was the linebacker out there in space.
Was it?
He can fly around a little bit. I initially thought it was a 1, and then I realized I'm kind of blind. So
just kind of.
Easy now, Tiger. 4:32 to go, 3rd quarter. Quick snap. Pop pass too high, nearly intercepted.
Wow.
I like what they were going for there, looking for Austin May on a quick hitter, but it was a little too hot to handle.
That is the play I love, but just, man, he has to be able to hit him in the hands good, not overthrow him.
Well, that one was overcooked. That back in my coaching playbook. Oh, was there a penalty?
Nope.
Well, back in my coaching playbook, that's the tap your top of your head. That's the signal for a hot pass.
Yeah.
And I think that was a hot pass with a little too much hot sauce.
Well, he was wide open though.
Yeah, he just got a little too excited and threw that one to Des Moines. Another quick snap. That one too high and out in front, intended for Pana Tupatala. I wonder if he's any kin to the Tupatala on the Dogs.
Tupatala?
Yeah.
Is that in relation to 3 Patala?
3 Patala 4?
Yeah.
By the way, Dogs have a big matchup on Montlake with Michigan State coming west tomorrow.
Yeah, what's your favorite on that game?
Well, my sentimental favorite is the Dogs, but I just don't understand how the line is putting the Dogs as an unranked home favorite over a top 15 team.
Yeah, doesn't make sense, does it?
No, which is why I've kind of got to go with it. I'll take Michigan plus the points, but I think the Dogs will win a close one.
That one's going to Chicago.
Airs that one out, and incidental contact, no flag.
Yeah, he threw it out of bounds pretty much.
That is a turnover on downs. I didn't even catch that was a 4th down play.
Yeah.
So this one getting out of hand as far as Federal Way is concerned.
Well, I like the idea of the way the Vikings came out and you have to throw the ball, and not necessarily had to throw the ball, but they need to throw the ball against the Vikings to make some yardage. But that particular play on 4th down was a little bit too much.
Got to go for some chunk plays as opposed to the big splash plays.
You know, the 10, 15 yarders, or
heck, even 5,
You got to get that 1st down and move the ball. You can't just on 4th down go for the home run.
5 and 5 is still 1st and 10 in Alabama math. Motion. jet motion. They'll throw back across it. Pass is
dropped.
Ooh, I thought he might have secured it and went to the ground, but Mason McMillan couldn't pull that one in. Second down. Both sides are a little bit feisty. Just got to get some positive momentum.
So we got Colton Matson back in at quarterback now again.
Yeah, I think this is his second straight drive. I think they're giving him 2 drives apiece, if I've charted this correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good luxury to have 2 dudes that you can just plug and play. Motion comes across. They'll go with a delay handoff behind it. New running back is Tala Rai.
Yeah. I think they're giving Jaden Lamar a rest for the rest of the game.
Probably. We are still just in the third, though, so he might come back for an encore.
I'd leave him out. He's got 4 touchdowns, over 200 yards. He's definitely should be player of the game, but how are we going to do that?
I think you have a limit. I think he's hit his limit. Snap and a give, and riding it back up in there is Rai. That's R-A-I. Talha Rai. He'll make it 4th and short. I think they're going to go for it here because it's too far to kick, and
oh yeah,
just not going for the home run ball necessarily, but just keep that clock moving and pick up a first down.
Coach tries moving in a few new players here, a few spots as they go on.
1 by 3, blitz comes, picked up well. Now it hasn't been picked up well. In the grasp, oh my goodness. And he doesn't get a chance to return it for the touchdown.
Oh, he's happy.
But that is a happy, happy big dude. The turf monster may have gotten him. That is Jodeci Suka, 5'9", and wait to be named later. Wowzers. That is the in the grasp, trying to throw it away, live to fight another day interception.
Yeah, lesson learned there for the Vikings on that one. Watch out for the blitz on his 4th down.
Watch out for the blitz, period. I was saying, this is a blitz-happy team. They love to just throw the kitchen sink at you.
Yeah.
And now, are they getting the taunting because he spiked? Yeah, he spiked the football in celebration, so that's going to cost him 15.
Really? Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, that's that. I hate it for him, but that's also a teachable moment there too.
Yeah.
They do not allow that in high school football. He's listed at 5'9", 205 according to Max Preps, by the way.
They don't allow that in pro football either.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The NFL, the no fun league. You gotta reward the big fella though. Give him an extra serving at the training table next time.
Yeah.
I love the YouTube videos, and since you're already watching this on YouTube, most likely, then once we're done here, you can check this out. There are tons of big men making big plays in sports highlight reels. Maybe big fat Sidney Ponson hits a home run or something like that. It's quite nice. Incomplete. Intended for Roman Hutchinson.
Little misdirection there. He threw it before he broke to the outside, and a little quick on the throw. That's okay. Second down. We got another shot here. Let's go with another slant pass like that and make 5 or 8 yards at each shot.
Jaden Frazier out there shoring up that big, heavy offensive line for the Eagles. He's been a new addition to this squad and has shown well in the first 3. Trips to the far side. One to the near side. O'Neal rolling.
He wants to go all the way. They're going to run it, I guess, instead. He's going to make the first down.
He's going to just run
and
for
the second
days. And open field tackle there. A little fired up Cassidy Belong Banks. I like behind the play where if you don't know what a pancake block is, just hit the rewind button a little bit, because somebody got pancaked and just the big dude sat on him.
Yeah.
just fell on him. He's like, nope, we are not involved in this play at all.
Did he go out of bounds over there? I thought he went further than that.
I think he lost a little bit when he cut back inside. Officials throwing away a white towel. Someone lost their hanky out there. At 1st and 10 after a big old bruising run from Jay O'Neill, the senior quarterback for Federal Way. 2-by-2. Sluggo, far side. Jacked! Two guys.
That's okay.
Two guys just shut that down.
You got the 5 yards on the first down, the slant, the quick pass.
Emery Stewart. Oh, excuse me. Roman Hutchinson. 5, not 3. That was defended very, very well. 2nd down.
No, you got 4 yards anyway.
2nd down and short 4, or excuse me, short 5, long 4. Trips to the near side. That's the wide side.
Here comes a...
Hey, it's a blitz from the Vikings, and the pass is broken up.
A little bit too high there.
Intended for Rashawn Clark. Stephen Lee Jr. on the PBU. 1:20 left in the third. 49-21. Lake with the advantage. The visitors from Federal Way trying to mount a comeback here in the third. O'Neill gets the call in from the sidelines. The old school huddle. Do love the old school huddling is not dead in high school football. Fans getting loud at Lake on a 3rd and 5. O'Neill, blitz coming, throws backside, shoestring tackle. Shot the gap, and it's again Stephen Lee Jr.
Wow. He did a nice job.
Lee just saw the open field, and on that completion, Ronnie, it was a loss of a yard.
Unfortunately, that was a nicely run play, too. Should have gone for more, but a good defense by the Vikings there.
Just grabs him by the top of the shoe, and now 4th down and a full 6. What do you do here?
Just do another quick slant pass. Yeah, they probably think they like to go for all the marbles, but they got trips left. Let's see what happens.
They keep going to that short side right. Let's see if they do it again. Comebacker, dumps it off, bounce it around to the outside, and he is not going to get there.
No.
He is not going to get there, and the Vikings will have one play to run here in the third.
Again, I don't like that kind of play with that many yards to go on 4th down.
Ashton Hutchinson.
Izzy, you got to come and talk to me, man.
So I think what happened is the playbook got really, really thin. The playbook got very short because it's a whole lot of slant. And if that doesn't work, well, then we'll throw to that little sluggo, that little comeback curl play to the sideline. And when that gets defended, well, heck,
Yeah.
what do we do now?
Well, you still do what works for you. That slant pass and the quick flare-outs work for you. They're better than that try to run up the middle.
Now back to work go the Vikings. 25 seconds left in, oh my. Oh my.
Look out, we're off to the races. Oh.
And he just put a hip into somebody.
He shouldered him.
Austin May went flying. This is professional bull riding, folks. What a run by Tala Rai.
Is this going to put the icing on the cake here in this possession?
Well, we're not going to run another play. I don't think we're going to run another play in the third. And this possession could reach the top shelf where Mama keeps the peanut butter. We'll step aside for a break. 49-21. Vikings with the lead at home. This is STSPN's Wesco coverage presented by who, Ronnie?
Les Schwab Tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Back after this.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Go again with Cassidy Belongbanks, number 4 for the plate. Back here on STSPN, you get a peek behind the scenes at who we're thinking for players of the game. The Adrenaline fundraising player of the game. And is it Les Schwab that sponsors our lineman of the game as well?
He does.
Yes. Les Schwab doing the right thing as we do up here and they do down on the football field. Snap and a give coming around the far edge. He will get the corner and gets speared down. He being Paul Varela.
Yeah, we're starting to see all new players in there for the Vikings now in this fourth quarter.
Is that a new quarterback in there as well, or?
Didn't look to see who that was, but probably.
Trying to see. Is that a 12 or no? It's 11 back out there. They've cycled back.
Yeah, cycled back.
So Caden LaPlante.
Caden's back out there. They'll probably cycle between the two of them.
49-21 your score. Vikings with the lead and the ball.
No.
And a fake and a run right up the gut.
Is that Caden?
I think that was Caden LaPlante, actually. Yes.
Why are you running your quarterback at this point in the game?
Oh, excuse me. It wasn't LaPlante.
Oh.
It was apparently Taha Rai, so that was 18, not 11.
Okay, I'll buy that.
That was not what I saw, but I saw exactly what you said. Either way.
That's why I questioned this. I couldn't believe I saw that, and I didn't.
Couldn't believe your eyes. That's because they were lying to you.
Yep.
Hard count. LaPlante. Give. Rai.
Big
up. Hole. Big hole.
Back to the 10. Made about 7 yards or more on that.
I believe that was Andrew Castillo plowing the hole. 6'2", 250, and a senior. He's putting in the work here in this one. 4 yards to go. 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 for first from the 10-yard line.
Thank you, sir.
I can't imagine them not continuing to run the ball the rest of the way here on this possession.
Motion down the line. Toss. Right side. Getting small and trying to break free. Varela.
No.
Nothing doing. Might have lost about a couple feet. 3rd down and medium. Clock continues to bleed. And I know Lake is not going to be looking ahead because that's just not the way that they operate.
No.
But got some big games on the horizon, too, that I'll try and get to before we get to our post-game show.
Yeah, including the last game of the regular season, which we're going to cover.
Ooh,
there's a big blitz.
Snap, give, and just kind of riding through that B gap. Got a couple.
Yeah.
4th down and short.
4th down and 3 and an inch.
So next week it's Lake Stevens at West Lynn in Oregon, as you were talking about. Lake at Jackson to follow that. East Lake, scary good team there. East Lake at Lake Stevens. Mariner at Lake on the 14th. Bigger game than it should have been. Lake Stevens at Kamiak, and then the last game of the regular season for the Quad District crossover games, GP at Lake Stevens. So
what's that? Yeah, GP, isn't it?
This sheet says it's GP here. So.
Oh, it's okay. We're confirmed by the director.
So substitutions. A quick flip of the play at the very end. Motion comes across, misdirection. Lai will drive it ahead, and I think he's got that 1st down.
He does.
Taha Rai with the big run and the big game.
The Rai's getting a lot of work here in this 4th quarter.
So we were talking as we came back from break about nominations for the player of the game and lineman of the game. Got to give credit to Ashton Hendrickson. He is my nominee for the lineman of the game, and I believe he may be out there plowing the road still for this rushing attack. Look for number 66. Snap, give, straight up the gut.
Not
Close. Not quite. I think the tackle made by Keyshawn Pham Roberts. Yeah, the spot isn't great, but we'll try this one again. Actually, yeah, I think Ashton Hendrickson is out there as a right guard.
You think? Oh, he is.
Right guard or right tackle. Big number 66.
He is out there.
Trying to put the icing on the cake here with under 8 to play. Snap, give, surge up the middle. I
Nope.
think that was another run blitz, and they stopped it.
Yeah. It just,
Man.
and there's so much room to do the swing slant on this type of thing. Chase him to the corner. I think.
I mean, guys up front like Makairo Edwards, Gabe Paea, Seon Takai. That's a lot of beef in the middle. So to your point, they probably can't get lateral as quickly as the running backs.
No.
Third down, goal to go, about 1.5 yards out.
They're going to try to slam it up the middle again. It looks like the way they're lined up out there, and almost a T formation.
LaPlante, motion comes across. Snap, give, dive, in,
This time he
touchdown.
did it. Yep.
Touchdown Vikings.
Oh.
Unstack, and let's see who had it. Waiting for the official announcement. Okay, they did reward Talha Rai.
Yep.
And he gets the score. Now for point. This has been more of an adventure lately than it typically is. Out of the hold of Luis Alvarado. McCray Flanders. Crowd getting bonkers behind their Studley quarterback. Snap, set, kick on the way, hammered into the night, and good. 55-21 is your score. Excuse me, 56-21 is your score. Vikings on top, under 7 to play in the fourth. Back after this on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
At GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, we know that comfort is more than just the heating and cooling equipment we deliver. It's also the comfort our customers feel with the people they engage with in the process. For over 40 years, residents of Snohomish County have trusted GNS Heating to improve the comforts of their home. And now you can save up to $2,000 on heat pumps and air conditioners during our pre-season cooling sale. Visit gsheating.com today.
Back here on STSPN, Lake with a big lead, 56-21, but Federal Way has proven that it's not hype, that they're a darn fine team. Broadcast is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing. And we are putting in the work and doing the right thing. Kick taken at about the 3 to the 5 to the 10 to the 15, and decked, just decked. Good hustle and solid work once again by the kick coverage team of Lake Stevens. So with about 7 minutes to go in this one, see what Federal Way has to maybe come back. Eagles will take their time and get set up. Solid game thus far by Jay O'Neill. He just has kind of overcooked a few of the slants and the comebackers. They got a new receiver out. Nope, still Tupatala to the near side, 2 by 2. I think there was a miscommunication on that option play. Wound up in the breadbasket of Gavin Bland Orange, and he wasn't supposed to keep it. Quarterback said, no, mine? No. Tackle on the play by Luke Baird. Baird into the game, 5'11", 200, and a sophomore, or a sophomore, if you prefer. And after no gain on the play, that's tough. You're down 56-21 and play for no gain.
Yeah, he's out.
And inside run, nothing doing there. Under 6 to play. And what has to feel like the longest game ever if you made that trip up from, or down, made that trip up from down in Federal Way. That was just a straight up quarterback sack. And Luke Baird in, got a half a sack. Talon Tuatolo got a half sack as well. Plenty of reserves checking into this one. As Ronnie getting set to go downstairs to talk to our players of the game. Straight drop, now a roll. Throws it into double coverage, incomplete. The intended receiver out there was Micah Piper. So 4th down, and they gotta punt it away here. If you're going for it on 4th down and 14 from inside your own 20 at about the 15, you're crazy. 5:17 and the clock stopped. Blake Stevens just going to take this ball and try to grind out a hard-fought win. We're chatting with our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game and our Les Schwab Tires lineman of the game in the post-game show, and try and grab a chat with Coach Tom Try as well. Got to get some personnel onto the field for this special teams play. And the snap is good. He'll rugby this one away.
And it rolls good.
Roll behind the 50-yard line. So that was a decent little punt from his own goal line. So they'll just place it at the 50. Or if you're not much of a football fan, maybe the 51.
Okay, Amp, I'm going to head downstairs. I'll meet you down there. I'll catch up with you on the way.
Fair enough. Ron Henthorn heading down to get ready for our post-game interviews with 5:05 left. And I will not be with you on Friday for our next football broadcast. But if memory serves, I believe I have a Tuesday night volleyball broadcast on STSPN that I'll be happy to bring you from, I believe from Everett High, if I remember correctly. Shotgun. Snap and a give up the middle, and a nice, decent gain there of about 4 yards. On the run is Trevor Atkinson. Another sub checking in, Esteban Sedano. See who our quarterback is here. I believe we have another sub at quarterback. Yeah, we do. Snap and a give. Big hole. And a big first down for Esteban Sedano. Out there at quarterback is Cody Lynch. So Lynch to Sedano and a first down. Clock stopped to move the chains, and it's 4:28 left in regulation. Blake Stevens riding high in this one. Good snap and a give off the left side. Nice slide tackle of Sedano there. 42. Elias Rivera on the stop for Federal Way. Yeah, Federal Way is going to be all right this season. We will see them make a showing later on in the postseason. Under 4 to play. Give Sedano room off the edge. Ooh, he just runs in like a bowling ball. Intensity indeed. Subs in on the line, Ashton Cash. And I believe 65, Chase Ingram. 3rd down and a yard. Why not run the wham? Jarek Pierce among the wide receivers out there. And I think Mateo Quintatnar on the near side. Motion comes across. Snapping a cross trap against it. Big hole. 1st down and more. Foot race to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Lake Stevens. Esteban Sedano. Reservations for 6. This place is rocking as we hit 62 points on the scoreboard. Extra point pending.
Katie, bar the door. The Vikings are running away with it.
Yes, they absolutely are. Ronnie Henthorn ready for that post-game interview, and there might be a little more competition because that was a heck of a series capped off by Sedano. On for point, McCray Flanders again. They're going to have to ice down the leg. A couple of good open field tackles, too. Oh, we're missing people. So now Cole Becker has to run on for Special Forces teams. 3:05 left in regulation. 62-21. Snap, set, kick, up. Good. 63-21. Vikings with the lead. We'll take a break. Back after this, STSPN.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on a 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
Back to it on Lake Stevens, booming out here, but not booming quite as loudly. I think the singers are getting tired. 63 points on the board for Lake, and it is a 63-21 advantage for the home side. Got some scores after this kickoff, which billows down to the 1, and it's coming out to the 20 and decked once again. That hurt. That hurt quite a bit, actually. He is winded and slow to get up. Scoreboard update, and it's a surprising one. North Creek had the advantage. Mount Si in the 4th has gone to Bothell, and they've got a 38-28 lead. Mount Si is, well, righting the wrongs of the world, perhaps. Place is legitimately shaking because of the I believe that we will win chance. I also believe that we, as in Lake Stevens, will win because, you know, it's a 42-point advantage. I think it's safe. Monroe all over Kamiak, 44-14. That one in the 3rd. And a give around the near edge. Mercy rule in effect, so the clock will continue to run regardless as we are at 2:15 left. Cascade 13, Inglemore 7 in the 2nd. Terrace with a 6-0 halftime lead over Shorewood. Pilchuck gets it done over Getchell, 37-14. Everett 31, Jackson 7 a final. Just trying to get all the relevant scores in. No one cares about my Redmond score. I'm just like a mile from Redmond Stadium, so. Breaking tackles and finally getting thrown backwards for a loss. Gavin Bland-Orange. Well, For those who are curious, Redmond with a fourth quarter lead over Mercer Island, 22-14. Go Mustangs. Taha Rai in on the stop, playing both ways. More subs checking in. Jackson Lewis in the secondary. I also see Gage Solomon out there. Josh Weber getting in position for this Vikings defense. Snap. No drop from the gun. He just slings it. And close to the first down, but oh, they're going to give it to him. They're going to say he got to the 35, and it's a fresh set of downs for the visitors from Federal Way.
Maybe one set of downs. Maybe one down at all.
Maybe one play.
Yeah. Getting pretty exciting down here on the Viking sidelines. These guys are all hopped up down here.
Yeah, I'm sure they're excited about hanging 63 on anybody. As I've said before, it's hard to score 60 points against air. Got Quentin Berry as a defensive back over here. Run goes away from everyone. Bodies flying everywhere, and I think that's going to mercifully be it for this one. Pass complete. I think that's to Corbett. Yeah, Sam Corbett on the grab, but that's all she wrote. 63-21, your final score. 63-21. We'll step aside for a break. Handshake line going on. We come back. Ronnie will probably have himself a player of the game down there for us to talk to. Fireworks on the scoreboard and in the sky. Vikings win on STSPN.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on a 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
Here to a jubilant Lake Stevens High School, where Lake has polished off a 63-21 victory. Just a thing of beauty there. And I think what's going to get lost in all this is that Lake started off trailing. They trailed 7-0 after a costly turnover effectively turned into points. It set up a scoring.
Oh, he's
drive.
got one of them.
And 42 unanswered. Lake said no. Ronnie, I believe you have us a player of the game down there?
You got me up there. Here we go.
Yes.
Yep. Lots of fans pouring out on the field down here, but I'm down here with
it's Cassidy Belong Banks.
Cassidy Belong Banks. Cassidy, 2 touchdowns tonight, and a great job out there on defense. What do you got to say about?
That's what we prepare for. Man, that's what I practice. My teammates push me. Shout out to Isaac. Shout out to Jaden. Help me with the skills I practice.
Yeah, you got 2 touchdowns, but Lamar got 4 touchdowns, but we kind of like the way you guys played out there tonight.
Man, Lamar, bro, what can I say, bro? He's that guy, That's what he do. That's why he's a 4-star, and yeah, shout out to the team.
So where do you want to go to college and play?
I'll go to college anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere that will pay for me to go to college for free, that's where I'll go.
All right, that's a good idea. I got a shirt here I want you to hang up in front of you. It's our Adrenaline Player of the Game. Adrenaline Fun Runners Player of the Game.
Thank you, you know what I'm saying? It's what you work hard for real.
Any fans out there you want to say hi to her?
Shout out to my mom, my brother, that's my guy. Shout out to, my dad, Reg, all the fam, you know what I'm saying? 4PF for real.
All right, Cassidy, great job tonight. And let's see if we can catch up with Hendricks.
Excellent work there. And let's see if we can find, after that was our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game, Cassidy Belong-Banks, 5'10", 160, and a sophomore. And again, Jaden Lamar, he's the human cheat code, so getting 4 touchdowns still. Can't lose that, but 2 touchdowns from Cassidy and a solid defensive game, too. We are looking for Ashton Hendrickson, our lineman of the game, and he is 6 foot, 215 and a junior, and had himself a whale of a game. Just unbelievable work. Made the defensive line very nearly impenetrable, and wreaked havoc in the backfield.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if you can spot me down here. I'm kind of out here in the middle of the field down here, but I've got.
Oh.
There we go. Ashton Hendrickson down here, our lineman of the game. Ashton, forward, offense, defense. What do you got to say tonight?
It was all-around win, honestly. I mean, like Coach said, it starts with the front 4 and front 5 on offense and defense. We had a tremendous amount of practice time this week. Good plan by Coach Dinwiddie, setting up with our scout report, and Joey McGinnis, our linebacker, calling out the strengths and help us a lot for what we're doing for our plays for defense.
Well, you did a great job on the line out there tonight. What do you got for the future holding for you?
One day at a time. I'm trying. If I can get to the next level, then I'm going to go. But it's one day at a time. I'm going to try to work my best.
How about college? You thinking about college?
Yeah. I've been thinking about college. I got some colleges talking to me right now, but I'm a two-sport athlete, football and track. So if I can go for either, then I'm gonna go for either one.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. You're a great athlete. You did a great job tonight. I got a shirt here for you. It's our Les Schwab player of the lineman of the game here. Let's hold it up. Let's see if that camera can get down here close enough to get that for you, my friend. There we go. Anybody you want to say hi to?
My parents, my dad, stepmom.
Is that your dad right there?
Yeah, my dad's right here. My stepmom, Kaylee, my brother and sister.
And they're all smiles, huh?
Yeah, they're all smiles.
All right, good luck next week in your next game, and we'll see you then.
All right, thank you.
All right, back to you, Amp. I'll see if I can find Ty out here.
Thank you very much. Ashton Hendrickson, who is our Les Schwab Tires lineman of the game, putting in the work and doing the right thing.
Lineman of the night.
Lineman of the night, excuse me, not the day. But it has been quite the day and quite the night here. The big victory by 42 points over the unbeaten until now visitors from Federal Way. And while we're hunting down Coach Try, let's see if I can find any other scores of note. Last update I had from Bothell was 38-28 Mount Si coming back to take the lead against North Creek. Anacortes 7, Murphy nothing. Mount Lake Terrace at the half over Shorewood 6-0. A final, Monroe beat Kamiak by 30 points, 44-14. And Edmonds Woodway 44-21 over Linwood. Pilchuck gets it done against Getchell 37-14.
This is a perfect example of where's Waldo, because it takes my eyes like a couple of minutes just to figure out where Ronnie is.
Yep. That's why I'm leaving it to the experts and just staring at my phone.
Don't go too far left there, Ronnie. You're going to get behind the pole.
Granite Falls.
I can't find him. Do you see him anywhere?
I wouldn't know what to look for from way up here. So
he probably has a purple jacket on.
He's wearing shorts.
I didn't mention Everett beating Jackson 31-7 a final earlier. And that's really all the relevant scores that I have. So, of course, Glacier Peak going to be playing tomorrow in a little place called Lumen Field. Never heard of it, but, still hunting for Coach Try.
Yeah, we were a little bit disappointed. We wanted to go do the Lumen Field, but they didn't get back to us until late. and we didn't have the personnel booked because we didn't know whether they're going to let us do it.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword. You have to have people available, but if they don't have anything to do, well, what do you do? But still, that's going to be a fun atmosphere getting to play on a Saturday afternoon at an NFL stadium. That's going to be a memory right there. And Glacier Peak, they're going to be making a lot of memories this season.
They're a little bit banged up right now, so it'll be interesting what they can do tomorrow.
Still trying to find our head coach, who probably has a lot of hands to shake. Big celebration here. Anytime you can crack 60 points on somebody, that is an accomplishment. But then again, this is Lake Stevens after all. They're no stranger to accomplishments and football success. Statistically, one of the most successful teams in Washington over the last 5-10 years. I believe I see some guys out there in what looks like shark pajamas. Never know what you're going to see on these themed nights out at Lake. But I think at a certain point we may just have to, leave Ronnie to the Wolves. just.
Oh, he's got somebody that's helping him look now.
I was about to say.
Oh, this guy's going to call him. Maybe he already went up to the locker room.
I mean, he is a busy man and a popular man right now.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to talk to Tom.
Toms across the board are generally just, people you want to talk to. Tom Lafferty, Tom Try,
Tom Thumb.
Yeah, I was going to say Tom, the owner of the Beef Jerky Experience. Lots of popular Toms. So where will we be, or where will you guys be, I should say, next Friday?
I believe that we are at Stohs for Linwood.
That sounds
maybe.
right. That sounds right. I think I'm not on the list for that one. But I believe I've got Everett Volleyball.
I think Mark Ockett is going to call that.
I have Everett Volleyball for the fine folks on Tuesday. And I'm glad it's Tuesday and not Monday because I'm already booked for something there too. While we have a moment, I did want to give a shout out to Economic Alliance Snohomish County. They had their BBB fundraiser event last night. I haven't heard the final numbers on it, but they sold out of one of the Bs, one of the more important Bs at that fundraiser. And we're raising money for Sherwood Community Services. So shout out to the Economic Alliance ambassadors. And if you know where to look, you can even see the head of Economic Alliance Snohomish County doing karaoke of the Notorious B.I.G.
Hey, Ronnie, why don't we go ahead and close it out? And if you find him, you can call up here and we'll record it, put it up.
Yeah, I guess I can give him up unless I can find Izzy.
All right, well, I think that'll do it for us then. And just keep an eye on our social media channels. Keep subscribed to YouTube, and we'll try and have a recorded interview with Coach Try instead. Your final score, 63-21. Lake Stevens gets it done at home against the Federal Way Eagles. For Ron Henthorn, still prowling the sidelines. For Todd Elvig, pushing the buttons. I'm Amp Harrell. This has been another presentation of STSPN.